Do you have that Boys Back in Town or Boys Are Back in Town?
Dude, you need to play that every time Ricky's back.
Every time, dude. I swear to God, if you don't have it queued up
I
this
swear
time,
to
I'm
God,
gonna lose
bro.
my mind. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. I'm gonna kill myself again. I'm gonna go back to the dead
every fucking time. All right,
swear to God. Did you see my Instagram post?
No. What was it?
I put special guest Ricky C. Hashtag back from the dead.
Nice.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This week on Humpcast, we have a new studio. Ricky C. won't stay dead. Is your privacy at risk with Facebook? And does the Senate even know what the internet is? Rest in peace, R. Lee Ermey. We visit Pet Cemetery, and let's talk about Hotel Artemis. You're listening to Humpcast. Hey. Welcome to Humpcast, everybody. The show where a couple of buds get buzzed and also drink a couple beers with the bros. And when will we stop? Nobody knows. My name's Garrett Lee.
Was that supposed to rhyme? I'm Ryan D.
I'm Ricky C.
I was clicking a bunch of buttons. It was close. It was pretty damn good. I thought it was good.
What? Can you slow it down and try again?
Welcome to Humpcast, everybody. The show where a couple of buds get buzzed and drink beers with the bros. When will we stop?
Oh, I get
Nobody
it.
knows.
Bros and nose. Okay.
Bros.
Ryan D. There you go.
You just had to slow it down a little.
Just
bit.
slow it down.
Slow.
Well,
Ryan's a little slow.
No, it's not that I'm slow. It's just Garrett can't
Oh,
read.
I'm not slow. Also, did you guys know that the boys are back in town?
Also,
What?
nothing. I've been drinking.
We've all been
We've all been drinking, clearly.
This is also a very strong beer.
I'm 3 beers.
I know.
I'm 3 beers in, and we haven't even opened up your Jack.
Well,
Also, if
I rolled here with the vodka and cranberry.
oh, is that what that is?
shit.
Yeah.
In a poop cup?
Yeah, a poop cup.
All
Christmas.
right.
It was a Christmas poop cup.
Yeah,
Nice.
Christmas poos. Those are cute. So, if you're
Works, bro.
joining us live right now, you can check out that the digs are a little bit different. It's got
What happened?
I think your cat just touched my leg.
Jesus.
Get the shit out of me.
Take it easy.
the digs are very different. We are in the brand new Humpcast Studios, which is my not brand new at all. It's actually extremely
Brand
old,
new.
older
Brand
than
new
all,
house.
older than us, older
Garrett
than
just
me.
built it.
New house that I'm living in right now.
With his bare hands.
My bare hands, brick by brick,
It's a nice
And,
little
dick
setup,
by
though.
dick.
and dick
Just
by
don't
dick.
look that way, but we got a nice setup over here.
Yeah, over here,
Yeah,
and this
this
whatever's in frame is nice.
Yeah, I really
Yeah.
wish the camera could turn around and see this fucking pile of
Turn that
shit
camera
over
on.
here.
Don't
it
turn the
can,
camera.
but I'm not gonna do it.
One of these days, we'll be able to hang out on those couches.
One of these days. But I got
One day.
I got a really cool bar. You like that? Look at this.
That's true.
It's not a bar per se. It's mostly just a shelf of booze.
Yeah. You can't really
Bar
sit
cart,
there.
bro. It's a
Bar
cart.
cart.
Bar cart.
Bar cart.
All right.
He's fancy.
Exactly.
man.
I'm fancy.
It's a shelf of booze.
Let me do my thing. All right, but the boys are back. If you, we haven't even done our intro. My name's Garrett Lee.
We did already.
We did.
it.
I'm drunk. I don't even know. What it is.
But I'll do it again. I'm
It's our
Ryan
first
D.
time.
And we got a special guest back from the dead because he won't stay dead.
Ricky Z.
Yay! So if you've been following Humpcast, you all know that Ryan D lost his job, and
Yes, and Ricky's been dead.
and Ricky's been dead.
Yeah.
But with the idea that Ryan D can now do things because he has no job, Ricky Z can be here early enough so that we can record a little bit if
This
we
is
want
true.
to.
This is true, and I don't live too far from here now.
And
Exactly.
also, I work 20 minutes away.
Exactly.
And I live 10 minutes away.
literally,
I am
it's
here.
One street for me. It's literally, I just take Las Robles down. It turns into Atlantic. I had no idea.
Fremont or whatever. No,
Yeah,
oh yeah,
it's
Atlantic.
Las
Oh
Robles
yeah,
to
that's right.
Atlantic.
That's right.
I
Yeah.
was just like, I didn't even know that street changed
I
names.
told you, like,
I-
takes you like fucking.
I
20
literally-
minutes. So
Well, it's also like we're driving through Alhambra and Monterey Park,
but
and
it's
dangerous.
No one knows
nice.
how to drive.
No,
It's
it's
dangerous.
It's very nice looking. It's a nice.
No one knows how to
looking
drive
one.
it.
No, but yeah,
It's
it
a
took
very
me
nice
10
looking.
minutes.
Oh, nice.
Well, I had to get gas, so it took me like 20 minutes. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's one street
Good
for me
location.
too. It's
Good
just a third to Atlantic, and then I'm here.
Just everyone's
Now we
triangulating
can do
exactly
it.
where I live now.
Now I'm coming back to this
So
show.
let's do it.
Everyone's
Let's do it again. Let's
Now
make this
coming back.
happen the way it should have before.
All right, sounds good. We start off every episode with an alcoholic beverage
We do?
of some sort, at least. We're already
yeah.
3 in, at least.
We do?
Yes, we
Our
do.
first
Ryan.
time.
Are you sure?
Pretty much every episode. I want to say there has never been a single episode without someone having some alcohol.
No, never. That's
Never.
what this show is based
At
on.
least one
Yeah,
person. Yeah,
there's
for sure.
there's literally beer
At least.
in our logo and our new logo, which is not turned into a banner yet, but this one's falling down, so I gotta fix it at some point.
Also, our banner person does not work or cannot do banners for us anymore. Apparently,
Wow.
unless we go
What?
like legitimately through her company because she was doing us a favor on the sly
Yeah.
and doing it
Like
like
she got in trouble or what?
no. She said they got a whole new system, so now like they keep track of everything like way more now.
Oh,
so,
man.
yeah.
Fuck.
So no more.
So
Wait.
if you make banners,
Hey, wait.
hit
What
us
happened?
up.
Something happened.
Oh, it just fell.
You freeze froze.
No, but now I can't hear myself.
Oh, did you touch the thing?
You
know what
fucked
I
up.
touched.
I can hear you, dude.
I can hear you
you're
perfectly.
good.
Yeah, you're
You
good.
have the shitty one, but I moved
your
it there so
headphones.
that you didn't touch it.
Oh, this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You have
It's your
to
headphones.
wiggle it. I was like, Ryan won't touch this. Just kidding.
Not today.
Not
it.
today, Satan.
I'm gonna work on this. You guys. What's
But
up,
yeah,
Ricky?
if you guys do
way.
do banners, we are looking for a new
I do
banner. We
feel
could
a lot-
do that.
Are you
That'd be cool.
sure?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not like.
You sound the exact same that you've sounded
you're
this
good,
whole
dude.
show. Like
Fuck.
it's
can't-
just
I-
your headphones.
I just
Make 'em
can't hear
louder.
myself as much as you guys, but
That's
fine.
weird. I could.
Is
Yeah.
it- it's his headphones.
Nope.
Same.
Yeah. Just headphones. Everything's the same.
Check.
Just
check,
wiggle
check,
your-
check,
wiggle
check,
your dick.
Check.
All right, we're checking. We're doing that. That's what we're doing.
All right, we're good.
Yeah, because this is entertaining,
What's
right?
up? What's up, Ricky?
What's up, dude? How have you
Gucci.
been?
Good.
Yeah?
Chilling. Working, actually, not chilling.
Chill. Not chilling.
Working.
Everything. Ricky has no chill, everyone. Ricky has no chill.
Working. Yeah, I got a European trip coming up, so it's like I'm trying to save money
Dang.
for that.
Dang, Ricky's
it's
going
like
on a
I
European tour
can't.
before Ryan D or what?
No, just for funsies, you know.
He's going on a tour?
Yeah, I'm just trying to save up money for that because apparently our dollar sucks, so everything's gonna be like double over there.
In
Oh,
Europe,
really?
yeah.
I didn't know that.
Go to Mexico. You're good, bro.
Are you sure you
Yeah.
guys can hear me?
Yes.
I can't hear you. I haven't been able to hear you this whole time.
What? Hold the fuck up. Ryan's been here? Holy
Man,
shit.
you're
I
good.
think I did something when I yelled.
Your music's still playing, by the way.
No, I know. I like it.
Okay.
I like it
I
too.
kind of I like the undertone of it. Like
Okay.
it's really low.
New setup, new music. We're
Yeah,
good.
dude. Like, I mean, I like. Oh, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to fucking turn that thing on.
Maybe
'cause
just
it
turn my
would've been
headphones
Yeah,
up
what is
so it
that?
doesn't bug me as much.
fun. All right. How is?
Turn him up a little bit. He's a little. No, you're higher than all of us, right?
that? Yeah.
I'm super low.
No, on levels, you're all. How's your headphones though?
No,
Turn you up.
I hear you guys, but my mic is really low.
On you.
Yes.
Try now.
Check. Yeah, that's much better. I think you hit it when you got up to fix the fucking thing.
You're You're literally at the very top.
I don't know.
I
We'll
can't,
figure it
I can't
out.
make you
We'll
go any
figure it
higher.
out.
That
We'll
is
figure
much
it out
better.
after.
Okay.
We're good.
Sounds
Good.
good. I'm gonna turn this on.
What is that?
I don't know what that is. This is new. This is new setup.
New shit.
The fuck?
Oh,
shit! No way.
Plasma
Yay.
ball.
Oh, that's so sick.
Plasma
Hell
motherfuckers.
yeah. Can they see that?
Yeah,
I don't think they can
you can see it right
that.
here.
Is it in frame?
It's in frame.
Oh, yeah, you can see
Yeah.
it.
It's right there. So it gives you just something to play with, basically. The
Little
drunker
funsy.
you get, I'm sure the more fun you'll have with the plasma ball.
See,
But
someone
yeah,
said you sound fine, bro.
yeah, bro.
We
said
turned them
that-
up, so if your
Well,
if
I'm
your
good
ears
now.
are blowing
Like,
out,
now, look, and I.
Oh,
blame,
Miranda.
blame Ryan.
What's up, Miranda? How you doing? All right, but yeah, you sound fucking fine. It's all in your head, bro. You're high. You're high.
You're high as
I'm
fuck,
not.
bro.
You're
I'm
you're,
not.
you're high.
You're drunk. You're
drunk.
high.
You're
Whatever.
drunk.
I'm just
so
high on fish, bro.
Did we even fucking get to this point? What are we drinking?
yeah, we have
Ryan
alcohol.
D.
What?
do you got?
What?
We're sharing.
You said you got
Oh,
vodka and cranberry in your poop cup.
I had vodka and cranberry in the poop cup.
Right. Jack.
And then I tried. Well, I have Jack. I haven't had any. Oh, shit.
That's what's going on.
I haven't had any yet. And now I have some. What is this? Chinese whiskey?
A Japanese whiskey called Kikori.
Same thing.
Okay, cool. Rice is rice.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's Kikori. It's a Japanese whiskey. It's very good. And Ricky C, what are you drinking?
I'm actually drinking a special ale from Lagunitas.
Uh-huh.
It's the Waldo's special ale.
Oh yeah, I got
That makes sense.
I have that too.
We're sharing that. It's delicious.
I have a smorgasbord.
Of
Yeah.
alcohol.
Yeah.
It,
Especially I also placed Ryan nearest to the bar cart.
That's true, so I haven't-
away.
He's literally like, "What's this?"
What do you-
he just
what do
pulls
you
out a bottle
want
from
the
my
bottle.
bar. He's like, "I'm gonna drink this."
Yeah, this is a seasonal release that they released because this is actually, we can call this our 420 show.
420.
Hey-o!
didn't even know that. It's completely over.
Yeah, it's blown out.
It's because you got to turn. You got to.
I don't know.
You gotta,
I don't know how to
Sun
have settings.
facing.
go
I'm
on
just
that.
fucking.
right.
I'm so.
Fuck
I'm
it.
pretty
We're
buzzed
good.
by already. I was about to say you got to turn the blinds out.
Turn the blinds out. But yeah, this is Lagunitas that they release seasonal around 420. So it's the Waldo Special
Oh, I
Ale. It's
haven't-
pretty much a really dank IPA.
Keep
They
talking.
don't-
I'm gonna close the blinds. See what happens.
It's just they call it
gonna help.
special ale, but they don't really call it an IPA. The best part about it, though, is that it's 11.3%.
It is strong as dicks.
And you cannot taste it. It's a creeper, as I like to call them.
Do you remember what the
Little creeper at
Waldo?
it.
You brought this in last year, I think, for 420. Do you remember the whole
probably
Waldo
did.
story thing?
Yeah, the Waldos were the guys who basically created like the whole 420 time that the legend goes is that after school, basically around 420, these guys, like, because they would go to detention, they're basically always troublemakers. And they call themselves, there was a group of guys, call themselves the Waldos. And after school, after their detention, they would go at 420, like behind the school bleachers and smoke up.
Yeah.
And yeah, so they're the guys who
They're the ones who
started
invented the code 420.
code 420.
Yeah.
Are you saying
and
that they-
related it to weed and not Hitler's birthday?
Are you saying that they smoked weed every day?
Yeah, what happened, dude? I gave you the
I've been fixing the
application
lights.
to put this
I
shit
haven't
on. That should be
touched- I
ready to
didn't-
go.
it's
Why do you not have
close.
the sound?
Well,
Working
that's
on
his
that.
excuse now, but it's been about 6 weeks.
Damn it.
So-
6 months. No, I don't even know. Fuck.
So close. It's like I'm this close, you guys, to getting stuff done. One
Yeah,
day.
it's a delicious.
I've also been playing a lot of fucking Fortnite, so sorry.
it's all Fortnite.
Well, that's
It's
a good.
Fortnite's
Fortnite.
actually out. That's my legitimate excuse.
I'm
Is I've
still
been playing Fortnite so fucking long.
I'm still on fucking
fine.
World War II, man.
Do you gotta play Fortnite, bro? I can play with us.
will get Fortnite.
It's like World War II.
But yeah, I mean, going back to the beer though, it's
just read
delicious IPA. If you get a chance to check it out, like I said, it's
Nice.
11.3%, so it's definitely get your money's worth for sure with this 6
Oh,
pack.
I feel it.
Yeah, dude.
You get your money's worth.
So you and I both got some Lagunitas today. Today I brought in
Oh.
the Wilco Tango Foxtrot. What is
WTF?
that? It's what the fuck? It's a multi-robust, jobless recovery ale. I don't know what that means, but I
You
saw
lost your
it.
job like Ryan D. It's
I
perfect.
did, yeah. That's kind of why I
This is
brought
Ryan
it in.
D's
This is
beer.
Ryan D's beer. I'm gonna give
I'm
him some
gonna
right
try some.
now.
What
It's
beer isn't Ryan D's?
It's an 8.1% jobless recovery ale, whatever the fuck that means, but also by Lagunitas from the makers of the
Let me
Waldos.
try. Will this give me a
Pretty good.
job?
I think
Hopefully.
it's just it'll cover your blues.
If
and
you
losing
would,
your
if you would
job.
like a,
Oh, I like
jobless
this.
booze.
I actually like this more than the 420 beer.
yeah.
Oh wow.
If you would like to hire Ryan D and have him nap on the clock, and
You want to know something funny?
Pay Ryan to sleep.
Apparently, they hired another guy named Ryan, and he's like the exact opposite of me.
he's efficient and productive.
He doesn't sleep. He just does cocaine all day.
No, that's
the
me.
No, but you fell asleep though. That thing is like it didn't work.
Oh,
for
That
you.
was
yeah.
after the
This
cocaine.
guy.
Yeah, you got to do
Yeah.
the cocaine before work, not
Yeah,
after
before work.
Yeah.
He does
Before
it while,
work.
he does it during work.
Right. No,
Microdoses.
he's got dreadlocks and he's like a super like vegan, hyper vegan fucking
Ryan the vegan.
Yeah.
That's weird, but
Yeah.
he still looks like you. That
He
would
has
be the
vegan
coolest
powers.
thing.
I don't know. I don't know what he looks
What
like.
if he's like
but
your doppelganger?
he's
shit.
what then you guys have to come and figure out which one to shoot. What if he's me from the future?
Are you him right now?
Are
don't
you?
know.
What about now?
What?
Are you him now?
Do
What
we have to
about
shoot you now?
Now?
Can I shoot you now?
Now?
Fuck you guys.
Yeah, it's good. It's good
Anyway.
to be back though. Garrett. Oh yeah, we talked about what you're drinking.
We always talk
I don't know
about
what I'm doing.
we talk about what we did
This
on
one's
the
like-
weekend.
I haven't been here in a while.
It's malty, but it has a little bit of like a charredness or whatever.
I
Like,
think that's why I
It's
like it.
good.
I like the malt.
there is
I'm a
one that
malty.
I
It is
brought in
malty.
off camera.
Malty
It was kind of
expired.
my starter beer. It's the Dogfish Head New Blood IPA. It's a single IPA, but it's brewed with blood orange and lemon peel, and it's actually really nice. It's actually kind of on the verge of a sour, but not to the point where I don't like it. It's refreshing. It's a perfect springtime beer, I think.
I'm pretty sure I was drinking that like the whole time I was in San Diego.
You okay? When I was there, I know you for a fact you didn't have one, just because I would have.
I know there was somewhere I was at where I drank a lot of those.
Okay.
I can't remember exactly which spot, but I guess you were gone. Maybe it could have been.
Because
some spot
I
was
left
doing a
Friday.
show.
Maybe after Friday, you're like, you found it. And you're like, this is good. I'm gonna drink
Maybe.
this forever.
Maybe I kept getting it.
Where's the Lagunitas at in San Diego?
No, it's a Dogfish Head,
Dogfish Head. Sorry.
Yeah.
but I don't even think
I'm
that's a
trying.
San Diego brewery. But I had that blood orange.
Dogfish Head. I feel like it's a beach one though, isn't it? It's like one of those.
Yeah, I don't fucking.
Oceanside or
I don't
something.
fucking know, dude. Anyway,
We'll never figure it out.
how was everybody's weekend?
Really nice.
busy?
Yeah, I worked a ton.
Happy birthday, Garrett. Again.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
happy birthday, bro.
Sure. We were supposed to hang out and we did not. But thank you so much. I feel nice. What am I? 28 now? Shit, we're 28, bro.
28.
Good for us.
Damn. You guys are old as fuck.
Oh, Ricky's not till fucking October.
Oh yeah, Ricky's still baby.
Ricky's
Well,
a baby.
also he died for a while, so doesn't that reset your birthday to like?
That's
yeah,
true.
It's back at 0 again.
You're
died-
even younger.
He
9
died like
lives.
Kurt Cobain, 27.
Yeah.
Oh my, Ricky
Oh,
C.
shit.
Ricky
That-
C.
Get the reboot.
The reboot.
Ricky C. the reboot.
Nah, I'm Ricky
That-
C. I'm
that's
Ricky
the
C
name
the
of-
white.
That's the name of this episode.
Ricky C.
Ricky
boot.
C.
Ricky
the-
C. boot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
It's a
yeah.
good one.
Yeah, yeah.
It's cool. Well,
What?
it's good to have you back, man.
I had a show
good to be
on
back.
Saturday night at the Ice House in Pasadena.
Nope.
Nice.
It was dope.
Sweet, dude.
Uh,
Sold out.
sold out, packed crowd, packed house, good crowd. It was great. I had a great fucking show. Got a good tape out of it.
Nice.
I'm just trucking along doing stand up since I'm not really working a job right now. So I'm just just going where I can. And I've all week long I got paid gigs though. I mean 20 like they were all like only like $20 to $30, but still.
Yeah, dude, something. That's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sweet.
It's great.
So, like, are you looking for another play or another thing, or what's going on?
No.
Just doing
Just
your
hustling comedy.
Hustle comedy, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna fucking get unemployment and just do comedy. I'm gonna take this time right now to try my hardest to get booked out of town more. So like,
Okay.
I'm comfortable enough with like my half hour that I can go and headline places out of town.
Mhm.
So like if you know, like I did Tulare, which is in Central California, and it's it's in the middle of fucking nowhere, but those guys pay me like $150 to do 30 minutes. So.
Nice.
It's like I could hit that place multiple times and try and find some other spots along the way. But it's like if I can find gigs out of town, that's where the money's at. So, I mean, the
Okay.
travel's the work,
Yeah.
and and I can craft out my 30 and then even write more, and then eventually then I can finally start headlining clubs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So
Just pay your dues. Pretty
exactly. So.
Much. Okay.
I'm gonna take this time to really try and get that done and get out and maybe submit to some festivals and shit. So
You should work for like Lyft or Uber, and that way you can try
Just
and
drive people
only-
to the venues. that you
no,
need to
only
go to.
accept rides that'll get you closer
Yeah.
to your destination.
true.
And that way you get paid to drive in that general direction.
I got friends that do that a lot.
Yeah, drive to the general direction
smart.
and then get
Yep.
paid for it, and then get there and then same as easy back.
My
'Cause
goal-
you get to accept like what you want to drive, right? Where you want to drive, etc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My car's kind of fucked up right now, though. So this is a really tough time for me financially. So that's why I'm like, I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'm not stressed out about it just yet. So
That's good.
it's just like I know I'll be fine. Like I know I'll get the rent paid, but my car will probably be at like my registration will be due fucking in October.
Yeah.
And it was due in February,
Oh shit.
and I have 3 parking tickets on it.
Oh shit.
And it's like $700 right now.
Jesus.
And at least I know it caps off. Like it doesn't continue to cost more.
Mm-hmm.
Like because I've done this before, like even 5 months, and so it'll
What's the
stay
stopping point?
right now. Like it'll stay there unless it goes over a year. Like
Yeah.
then they add like a whole other fee on it, but
Okay.
it caps off on
It's like super late.
the registration fees and the late fees and shit, and it'll stop.
Okay.
And then that's just how much it's gonna be for the rest of the year, pretty much. So I gotta figure something out, but I'll figure it out soon. I don't know,
Well, good
man.
luck, bro.
Yeah.
We're all wishing you. The
I
best
know
of luck.
that's why I'm saying I'm not
May
really
the-
like
may
I'm
the
not
force
really
be with you.
I'm not really stressed about it because like I said I'll get unemployment and then I'll just focus on stand up right now, and it's like
Right.
eventually I'm gonna the problem remember before I was only working like 2 days a week and hitting stand up. I was doing it so fucking hard at that time
Yeah.
that it got me so many opportunities, but then obviously I had to start working, making more money, but
Right.
so I'm just going to take some time off and do that right now. So hopefully I can hit my goals that I'm setting for myself. Like the goal is to kind of just get out of town a little bit more and make more connections like out of state. So
Yeah.
Houston,
Cool, man.
Seattle, Portland, like that's what I'm trying to do.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, if you ever like really go like out of town, would you ever like fly anywhere? Or you're just trying to drive everywhere?
Well, it depends because what I want to do, like what my
Because there are a lot of flights that are actually cheaper than driving.
No, I
You
know.
have to find them.
I know,
though.
I know, but what my goal is this year is to head up, just do like a head up to California, go to
like a north,
go to like Fresno, Sacramento,
like a West Coast.
and then hit Portland, Eugene, and then go all the way up to like Seattle, and then come back down.
Nice.
So that's what I want, but obviously I'd have to drive because I'd have so many different stops.
Exactly.
But I want to set it up to where I'm getting paid at every stop, so that way it wouldn't really cost as much. It's not as
And you do the
Yeah,
lift
that
thing.
makes
Like, who's going to Portland?
Yeah.
I'll take you.
Pick up some hitchhikers.
That would be so cool if okay, so this is actually a neat feature if you could put in like destinations or areas where you want to go, and then it'll kind of put it out there, like you be first in line for like a Lyft or an Uber. Like, oh, I want to go towards this direction. Put it out there, and then anyone who's there, you're like first in line.
Well,
to pick
it
them
is
up.
it is an
That's a
option.
new feature.
It
Is
is on. You can set. There's an option on Lyft and Uber where you set a destination for yourself, and you only get pickups along that route.
Oh,
nice.
cool.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
Alright.
so
I
it's-
thought I
it's-
could.
already thought about it.
No,
I
it's
didn't
the
come up with
thing.
that?
Nope.
You can
Okay,
do that.
not
So you can.
original
So
at
let's say you took a long ride and you're like all the way in the fucking desert somewhere, and you want to go home.
Yeah.
You set the pinpoint to go home, and you'll pick anybody up going that direction.
That makes so much more sense because I do know a lot of times some like there's always even stories about it. Like people will drive like 5-6 hours out of their way, drop someone off.
No, I've done it.
because they're drunk. And
Yeah,
then, but then I'm like, but what about they have to come back? But then it makes sense if they're like, well, I could just put that I'm going here and then pick people up
when I
along
was
the
doing it,
way.
I wound up in
Yeah.
Costa Mesa, and it was like 2 a.m, and I didn't want to fucking. So I only put anybody in Orange County that needed to go back to L.A.
Yeah.
Pretty much,
nice.
I picked up.
And it works.
Yeah.
Sick.
It's a smart thing to do.
Nice. I like
Lyft,
that.
Garrett, who had the same idea.
Well, I let's just say that it was a mutual idea. Lyft
They
and
bought it off of Garrett.
they bought it off
actually.
of me actually. This is why I can afford this brand.
Instantaneously.
Afford to
We got
build this brand new
we
house.
built this brand new house. We got this guy now.
This plasma
Yeah.
ball. We get let's name him. His name is
What's the guy's name? Mysterio.
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 We'll call him Ray.
Okay.
Little Ray. Ray Mysterio.
I got it.
Okay.
But we're talking about the
King
Spider-Man
League.
villain.
Yeah, I think about
Okay.
Spider-Man. Obviously, bro. Come on, dog. Fucking idiot.
I'm sorry. I grew up with both Spider-Man and fucking wrestling, bros. Also, I saw
Speaking of-
fucking
did you-
WrestleMania.
That's what I was going to ask you. I did too.
Yeah. What do
Yeah.
you think?
Fucking boring.
Yeah. Right. That's what I thought. It was just me. I was
Watch
like,
it.
am I just old? Like, did I grow up and like this is boring now?
The
Sounds
funny
boring
thing
as
was,
fuck.
And everything looks like fake.
you
I'm
know,
like,
yeah,
oh.
exactly. Well, they had to change it, right? Like they had to even change the way they hit each other.
Really? Yeah, because I'm like, they're literally like, I'm like, how is this a hit? Like it doesn't even look like it would
Yeah.
hurt like a fly.
Because the WWE ended up being like a more family friendly organization.
Yeah.
And it was on like Saturday mornings, like with the morning cartoons. Like they had to make it a little more jokey and like obviously fake for certain. For like
wow.
for certain things, so they even changed the format of the show, like how they actually do moves on each other.
Yeah.
Certain moves are outlawed, and certain things like they can't do.
No
so
more
watch
Hell in a Cells.
no more Hell in a Cells, obviously. Well, that was the thing too. Is I was with you know Javi.
Yeah.
I was at his
From
place.
the slur.
Yeah, so he's a huge wrestling
it.
fan still. So he throws apparently he throws a kegger for WrestleMania every year.
Shit.
And so I went and I showed up late. I showed up way late, and the fucking thing was still going for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
It's still an event. It's still like a big giant
the
thing.
fucking thing's like 6 hours long.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
it is.
long.
And
Crazy.
it's just they have so many competitors now that I'm just like, who the fuck are these people?
Yeah. So what was I saying? Oh, so we ended up watching the whole thing, and it was like the main event was shit, and then I was like, that was it. Like that's it. So then after that, we just started because he has the WWE Network. I ended up just putting on all the best matches
actually-
that I remember.
That's hilarious because that's
nice.
exactly what we did. We're like after that, like, let's watch some good wrestling.
Dude, that
We were playing
Undertaker
video
Hell in a
games
Cell.
at the time, weren't we? Yeah, we
we
were
were playing.
Fortnite.
So we're Ricky and I were playing Fortnite, and it was actually my sister and her boyfriend Eric who were over here too, and I think he has a subscription. And so after WrestleMania, he was putting on all the stuff, and I'm like, Yeah.
Yeah.
Just playing Fortnite. Yeah.
I was just playing video games the whole time, but like, because I was like, wait a second, like I was doing something, but I was like, I remember somebody watching it, and it was Garrett.
Yeah, it was me. I
Now
was
that I remember.
watching WrestleMania.
Yeah, I was
playing
watching
I was
Fortnite
just
with
like,
Ricky.
dude, I was like, that sounds lame as fuck.
Well, yeah, because okay, so like, there was some neat stuff. Like, I mean, it's cool to see people you grow like Triple H is still there, and he's still like
Triple H.
Dude, I have no idea how
John Cena
without
still-
Right.
roids. I have no idea how you
John
can
Cena
be
was
just
still
so
after I stopped watching.
fucking just like bulky and everything. He looks just like
Steroids.
crazy as
Tons
fuck.
of steroids.
But he did a tag team match with his wife, who was still pretty damn hot, Stephanie McMahon. I've always thought she was hot, and they were against Kurt Angle, who doesn't have a neck. And like he just his neck is just gone. It's just turning from his skull to his shoulders, and kind of like if you put skin over Darth Vader's helmet, it just kind of went from here to there, and then he and then he was teamed up with Ronda Rousey, who made her wrestling debut at WrestleMania.
I heard that shit. I heard she did really well, but it was kind of a stupid.
Well, that's the thing. It's you could tell it's somebody who knows how to fight,
I missed
trying
that
to
one.
not fight.
Yeah, I missed that one.
Because I'm like, she kept doing arm bars. That's her signature thing. But I'm like, I've seen you do arm bars. I know that that's not an arm bar.
Yeah.
Like, she's like, oh, I'm trying. And then they're just like, nope, you're not going to get it. She did it like 6 times.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, no, I've seen you do it. You rip people's arms off.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, she's just like, I'm trying. And she's like doing like fake arm bars that
really?
like look like nothing. It was
Yeah.
just like,
Wow.
oh. But either way, it was still
Sounds
fun.
lame.
It was still entertaining.
It's real wrestling
It's-
entertainment.
It's a novella. It's a soap opera with athletics. You know what I mean? And it's always been that, but before it was a lot more dangerous and real, etc.
Yeah.
And that's what we loved. Like fucking Mankind would just be
raw.
coming
Dude, that
out,
Mankind-
coming out with a fucking bloody face.
that Mankind Undertaker match, Hell in a Cell, is still the greatest fucking match of all
Exactly.
time. It's still, I mean, of all time, dude.
of all time.
Of all time. I'm serious. The fucking guy, he got knocked unconscious 3 times in
Yeah,
that
dude, it
match.
was crazy.
His tooth was in his nose
Yeah.
Jesus.
the whole time.
Yeah.
And
He's,
he
like,
was
still fucked up from that.
yeah, and he wasn't supposed when he throws him through the cage, that wasn't supposed to happen.
No, yeah.
Right.
So
He's like, oh fuck. And you
like,
know what's
"Nah,
crazy?
nah, I just
Undertaker,
killed somebody."
he was in this WrestleMania. I'm
yeah.
like, how?
Oh, that's right, yeah.
this guy,
And
how
he showed
old
up
is this
as
motherfucker?
the supernatural guy this time, not the American badass or whatever.
No, he
So-
showed up because like he was supposed to be dead or something, and then he's like,
Oh, he pulled a
I'm
Ricky
back.
C.
He
Yeah.
pulled a Ricky C.
He pulled a Ricky
He pulled a
C.
straight up Ricky C.
Damn.
It's like the boys are back in town.
Stealing my shit, man.
So yeah,
Damn.
Ricky C came up with that first.
Yeah.
But no, like seriously, there was one match that some guy got bloody, and I think it was after he got hit with the chair. I just don't remember who it was. Like that was the only cool
That was
moment.
the only blood.
I saw some blood. That was it. But it was like a tiny cut, tiny little itty bitty.
Yeah, I didn't see. There wasn't any blood. Actually, I think it was an accident. I think that.
Well, of course, like there was no one, like, there was no tacks, there's no thumbtacks in the ring or anything like that.
Well, you know they do the razor jobs now. I mean, well, they used to. You know, they'd have to make themselves bleed. Oh, it was
Right.
it was fucking what's his name? The guy with the long hair. The fucking I don't know. That's not narrowing it down.
Yeah,
The bad guy, the one that everybody hates right now. He was the bad guy. I don't know. He was
Roman Reigns?
Roman Reigns. He was the bad. He was
the Rock's like cousin or nephew.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something.
He was the one that bled. He
Khal
cut
Drogo?
himself though. It was obvious. He fucking.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Never mind. So it wasn't an accident. He did himself a razor job. You could see the gash in his forehead.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't see that, but yeah, I saw somebody get hit in WrestleMania, and I was like, oh, blood. I haven't seen blood in a while here. Yeah. But yeah, everything else was weird. It was just it's all showy, but I mean that's fine. It's just like I want to know like there's some we're in this era right now where there's people that have not experienced the coolest shit, like coolest
Yeah.
versions of what they're into.
Yeah,
which
for
is
sure.
like Hell in a Cell with Mankind and Undertaker and like all the shit that we grew up with.
I remember seeing that match when I was a kid, and I was like, these people are trying to kill each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the craziest shit.
This is crazy shit. I ever
What's
seen.
just going on?
That flying elbow off of the shit was like 20 feet off the fucking.
Yeah, dude, it's
And,
crazy.
and
then
then
we
we
would
jumping
do
off
it-
a 2-story
and
building.
then we would do it as kids, and that's how we weeded out who was weak because they would
It's true.
die.
Yeah. Whoever
A lot of
died.
people died.
Whoever died, you're
A lot of
out.
People died
You're-
around
you're
us
out,
when we
dude.
were kids.
Like
You're out, you little
we've,
faggot.
we've jumped off so many roofs. Jumped off so many roofs.
You survived. You're the
I've driven
strong
through
one.
people. I got driven through a table at one point, and like I remember, I was wrestling with our friend Tommy at one point on fucking lawn, and like that was just like the craziest shit that we would do all the time. Like
Yeah.
he would try and choke me out every 3 times. I would just like flip him off my back and shit. It's like
Chairs.
that was fun. Yeah.
My dad would get mad
People
for
getting
me.
hit by cars.
I would
Ricky
break.
got hit by a car.
Yeah, I would like hit people in the back with like fucking pieces of wood and shit. Like it's cool.
You hit
We're
somebody.
playing.
You hit somebody with a car, didn't you, Twinkie?
Oh no, dude. I wasn't driving.
Oh, you were driving.
I wasn't driving. No, but yeah, definitely had people shatter some windshields. You know, there's lots of
Crazy
things.
I'm stuck. Okay, so
lifestyle.
now I'm realizing now my mic is really hot, so you can turn me down.
Oh, finally.
Oh, finally.
I don't know what the
Shit.
fuck.
You're
Coming
just
out of ears,
realizing.
dog.
It's just going. Is it good? Just changing?
It's just because that's why I backed up so far. It was because it was getting really hot.
Okay. Yeah.
You
That's
just
Just,
talking
no, I
into
think
your
this.
mic.
I think this mic start just it like.
Do you want to change for the yellow? The
it,
yellow's
like-
in that box
It
right
like
next
went
to you.
out and then it was and then
Fuck
it
it,
came
dog.
back. I don't know.
Change to the yellow.
No, it's cool. We're good now.
Okay. Cool.
See for how long?
It's not for how long it is. All right. Do we
Yeah.
want to get into some story shit?
Yeah.
Because Ricky C.
Yeah, am I even?
Ricky
do
C.
you even have my
shit.
sound cues?
came
Do you have
all
my
the
sound
way.
cues ready?
Ricky C. came all the way from the dead just to tell us.
You put me down too low now, bro.
Oh God,
Dude,
no,
you
you're
sound
fucking fine.
Because I got to get all the way up here. I don't like it.
That's how
You're
it should
literally
be.
still
That's
higher than
literally
all of
how it
us.
should
Put
be.
me up higher. I'm right here.
Move the mic
There.
There
closer
we
to
go.
your
All
mouth.
right, I'm
There.
cool now.
Okay,
I'm cool
fine.
now. No, I just don't want to. I don't want to be up all in.
Just move it closer to your mouth,
Shut
like
the
the way
fuck
it
up.
should be.
So what's up, everybody? This is Ricky C. Microsoft, Nintendo, and PlayStation. There's actually a really big expo going on right now for video games. It's called E3, announcing a new hardware system.
This Ricky Tech News.
What's up, Ricky C?
Goodbye. Yeah. All right, Ricky's back.
I don't give
Ricky's
a-
back, bitch.
I don't give a fuck, dude. You're What the fuck? Did you just hit everything right now?
Actually, I need another beer if you don't mind getting.
I'll get you one. But your intro song's still not better than Jason Lee's.
Oh yeah, did you hear? Like
No, I haven't.
well, Jason made his own,
Oh, okay.
so
It's just like insane.
it's this one.
Last week, right now.
Which
Perfect. It's to
is
the point. I love it.
last week tonight with fucking what's his name? He was on the Daily Show, the British guy. Something Oliver?
John Oliver.
John Oliver, yeah, it's last week tonight. John Oliver. He just
Yeah.
recorded over that with.
Last week, right now.
Which
Perfect.
is not bad.
Perfect.
I mean, he just made his own thing, so cool. I didn't have to do it. It's nice. What's up, Ricky?
Hey, what's up, everybody? Yeah, so
Hi. Hi.
I came in to talk about mostly
Most Def?
the Facebooks.
Facebook. What's that thing?
Yeah, so unless you've been under a rock, I guess, for the past, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4
Don't
weeks,
talk shit
the
about
past
Patrick
month,
Starr, dude.
you may have noticed Facebook has been in the news a lot. And I am one of the people of many so far to have even deleted our Facebooks because
The
of this.
Facebook.
The Facebooks.
The Facebook.
And I just kind of want to get in and talk about this because there's a lot of information kind of flowing out of this. Even now, there's still even more information still coming out of this.
Yes.
And it's pretty
So what happened?
insane.
So what happened?
What happened?
Yeah. So basically, what happened is for 87 million users of Facebook, pretty much all of their data was shared, and what pretty much the prime, I guess, problem here is that a lot of these people were pretty much in the dark, so they had no idea that their information was being shared.
Bitch, what the fuck?
Because I mean, all it basically was an app that you can basically take a quiz. So it was like, you know, what alcohol are you? And
I am tequila.
we've all
My
seen
my
these-
name's Garrett.
We've all
I'm
seen
tequila.
these
we've all
lame-ass
seen
quizzes.
these quizzes
So-
of like, what character are you from this TV show? What alcohol are you? You know,
Yeah.
what type of person are you?
All these ridiculous things. It's like,
and
oh,
what we didn't know is that information that we share,
Yeah.
it's pretty personal, and with all that data, they can really
And that's
kind
that's what happens when you do these quizzes and they go, do you want to allow blah 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 blah?
so yeah, for your
So then you,
information,
and
to
then
your
you go
Facebook, to
allow,
your friends,
yeah, and then you go allow
without reading it.
yeah,
without reading it,
exactly
yeah.
what's going on. So what we found out lately now is that all that data that these quizzes, or this specific one, was used pretty much. We found out that within the Republican, I guess, not trying to get too political here, but we found out that someone,
But fucking
somehow-
Trump. No.
Yeah, we found out that the Republican Party and pretty much Trump's team somehow accessed his data and used it to their advantage.
What?
So and you
For
know,
propaganda.
yeah, more reports came out that with this data, you know, we weren't necessarily aware about how much data that we were kind of giving out to these companies. And with this data, they basically create like a huge profile of all these people, all their interest, and kind of pulled all that information together to really pinpoint what these people were into, and
Which
just
is
force feed them all this information.
similar to what happened on Twitter, right? Where they had all those Twitter bots.
Right. I mean, yeah, we've all seen bots. We've all come across, you know, the sex bots of like, come join my
Sex bots?
profile.
Oh, we've all definitely come across the sex bots.
You know, I mean, there's bots out there everywhere. We just didn't really know to what extent, you know, our data was
Some of
being
them are very,
used.
very deceptively sexy.
Sex robots. Sex robots.
Yeah.
Sex robots.
Hashtag
sex
sex
robots.
robots.
Yeah,
Sex
so
robots.
the number
Sex
was at first around 50 million. Now it just grew to 87 million. And I gave Garrett a link for him to check, and there's a link now that you can check if you want to maybe throw that into the Facebook or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. I can throw
You
this
can,
in. It's
you can check your
essentially
data and see if this company Cambridge Analytica
Analytica.
was breached. Basically, that was a company who
Oh, look.
was sort of behind the
I
that
just
first
pasted it.
quiz.
Just
How do I
pasted
look
it
up? Can you look up mine?
You have to sign
No,
in.
you have to sign in.
Yeah, so you have to sign into
Oh.
your Facebook.
So
you would
I
click that link.
just put it in the link.
Send
if
me
you
the
are
email.
live,
Send me the email. I want to.
what?
I can forward
It's
you that.
right there.
Oh.
Just go to the Facebook.
Go to the Facebook. It is right in the live feed. I will post
Yeah,
this
so
episode
so
later.
this is
so you
something
can
that
check
came
in.
up because of all this. Everything that's so far has come out. This was part of their plan to make more people aware of how their data was accessed and breached within this. And we can so you have it open, right? You can see
Yeah.
what happened.
So it clicked
Go
on
ahead
it,
and
and
read
it says,
read what that says.
recently we shared information about the potential misuse of Facebook data by apps and websites. We also shared plans on how we're taking action to prevent this from happening in the future. Check below to see if information may have been shared with Cambridge Analytica by the app This Is Your Digital Life. And then it says, was my information shared? And then for me specifically, it says, I wasn't stupid enough to do it, but one of my friends was, and
Right.
some of my information has been linked to Cambridge Analytica, such as something that where are we at?
Right there in that little
Your
right
profile, your public profile, pages liked, birthday, and current city. So if you're trying to hide that shit, too bad.
there. Yeah. So and
I mean,
so-
why would you? I mean, really, why would you try and hide birthdays? And
Right. So that's
So no,
so
but
that's
that's
what it comes
what
down
for
to.
me. For me specifically, it doesn't matter. For other people, it does. Also, for people that have actually gone on to what is it? This Is Your Digital Life. The more information has been given.
I see. Okay.
Right.
This is just me as a party that has almost no connection, except I have a friend
who took that
who
quiz.
took that quiz. Like literally, it's not me. It's my friend took the quiz, and now my
Which is-
information
yeah,
is given.
that's sort of the ethical point here is that it was a lot of people that were gathered up in this data sort of breach,
Yeah.
and it was a lot of people who were completely unaware of it. You know, it was obviously Garrett had no idea that this person, his friend,
No idea.
signed up for this app, but you know, yet his data was still shared with this company.
Can I ask you guys something about Facebook?
No.
Sure.
No, I don't know. Have you noticed that like certain posts what is the deal with it? I noticed that if you go on personal pages now you have to kind of subscribe to their feed as well. It's not like it just used to be because I have a Facebook like Garrett, you have we have pages and then we
Yeah, I don't know
have
what you're talking about
the
anymore.
personal page. What?
I was like,
Ricky's
I don't know
like,
what
what
you're
is
talking about anymore.
what is Facebook? I've never. What is?
Well, we have the pages and then we have the personal page. You know, your
Yeah, I know,
personal
I
page.
know. I was
Okay,
just kidding, I
so
know.
with the pages, you always have if you ever wanted to follow the page,
Use this like
they
like
changed the
whatever,
format.
like-
So if you liked the page, you wouldn't get their posts on your feed unless you
Right, that happened a while
subscribed.
ago.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah, that happened a while ago.
Now it's the same for personal pages, which I just came across, and I didn't know that until like literally today. I found that out.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, and it's also a big thing right now with YouTubers because they're doing something similar, which I have no idea why they're doing something so stupid. But it's like, oh yeah, you subscribe to this channel because you want to see their videos. Well, you also have to ring a bell and then be active on
Yeah,
their
what
thing.
the fuck? What
and
does
blah,
that
blah,
make?
blah.
How does that make any fucking sense?
It doesn't, which is why so many people are leaving the platform. And literally, we're in a
to
time.
Twitch, yo.
We're in a time of change where people are getting so pissed off with Facebook and YouTube that they are now changing to different platforms. And the newest thing is just on the horizon. I guarantee you.
Yeah, because this fucking mic feels like it went out again, but
You're still fine.
could just be my headphones.
It's your head. I don't know. You're fine. Just keep on.
The thing, that's what I'm saying. Like the horrible thing is for people like us who want content to be out we want to produce new content.
And we're just
for
building
other people,
too,
and
as
we're just
opposed to people
building
with
the
like
platform.
hundreds of thousands
These
of
fucking assholes. It's like, and I obviously when I spend money on advertising on Facebook, like that's when I get the most hits.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's what they want you to do.
Exactly, but it's so unfair.
They're fucking over people who are just like their normal users that they were first catering to in the beginning.
Right.
Yeah.
Now they're just kind of like, oh, well, fuck you guys. You got to pay us money now.
Yeah, or just be there.
Yeah.
Just be
there.
You're
Be
either
you.
in the
Just
audience,
be
or
you,
you're paying to be on in the
Be you,
spotlight.
boo boo.
So
Which I understand. It's a service, like it's a free service. It's something that I'm trying to not really complain about, but it's irritating because now you have to find out what's next. Now is the time to find out what's next because of the fact you either pay to be seen if you're fuck me.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
You pay to be seen.
Ghost.
Or
There's a ghost.
it's
There's
a
a ghost
ghost.
in here.
This is an old house. I said there is some ghosts. You pay to be seen, or you just fucking find what's next. You have to do that now, or else you'll just be buried underneath
Yeah.
everything.
That's the hard thing, like for being a comedian, an actor, or anything like that. Like trying to,
Yeah, I mean,
you know,
now-
they want you to have all these Twitter followers and Facebook followers, yet none of these platforms are helping you in any way.
Yeah, it's definitely like if you're going, I think if you're like, especially if you're starting out like someone like, especially like you guys, like I feel like companies like cater towards more people who would have like the more followers or something like that, and those are the people who really pay for those followers as well.
Right, but also it's like literally somebody who's sitting on some sort of fucking trust fund could just be like, I want to be a comedian, and then all of a sudden have millions of followers.
Yeah,
It's
because they have the
just
money
not-
for it.
It's just totally unfair.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That's exactly what they're doing.
I mean, but despite that, you know, this is more about, you know, this wasn't information that was necessarily private. You know, like it says, this was your public profile in Garrett's case, so it wasn't information that anyone could necessarily come across. It was more along the facts that this was from a friend of his who took this quiz without his knowledge, and you know, more without his knowledge, his information was shared with his company. And with that information, they basically had this user database that they were using to build, you know, all these profiles of people and, you know, kind of do all this crazy stuff where they were catering to these people and
Basically-
exactly what they liked and force feed them all this
right, so they
misinformation.
could target people based on what.
You know, I mean, they knew they built a profile to the like up to the point of they knew exactly what they would love to see and exactly what they liked and what they clicked on.
Well, yeah, just to clarify, what you're saying is, so they got all that information, and to kind of swing politics into their favor,
Right.
they would target people who would like similar things, who thought similarly
Right.
to certain things.
Exactly. Yeah. So this company and then so Facebook has so far, now since then Facebook has kind of come out and they've said, you know, this was a mistake. They're trying to learn from it and figure out, like it said in that page, of how
Yeah.
they can prevent this in the future. But the problem is that they knew about this since 2013.
What?
They've known that this data has been out there and
Yeah.
and it's been used by these companies.
Dude, fuck that.
Who's they?
So and Facebook. So since in Facebook itself, there's been supposedly this huge like I guess civil war within the company, and this is none of it's really like public information. As far
Between
as, like,
Captain America and Iron Man, right?
there's been like you know, the people who are trying to help the normal people like us and the information, and then everyone who else is trying to make money with the company.
Yeah,
So everyone in the company is basically like on an ethical side and an unethical side.
right.
And because of that, they're fighting within. And there's even a quote from somebody who says that the data was pretty much like the Wild West, where anybody can go in and access
West.
all that data. And I guess the criteria was if you were like a mobile, what was it? It was if you're like a mobile developer, you could basically have free access to all their information.
Wow.
And like they didn't keep track of it. There was nothing to like hold anyone back from, you know, giving that information out to anybody else.
But this is just I feel like just a example of how like our world isn't prepared for how much power the internet has.
Right.
You know,
And
like-
this is actually very much shown with because there's been hearings right now in the Senate with Mark
that happened a
Zuckerberg.
couple, I think, last week.
The thing that I wanted
spent about 2 days
just
in the
to
Senate.
Well, we'll
both
get to
both
that.
segue. I wanted to both segue and give an
Yeah.
example. The people, the senators, and all
People-
the Congress people, like they're up there. The people, It's the people's weed. They have no idea what the fuck they're talking about.
They have no idea.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a little bit.
They're
but
like 100 years old, and they're like, "What is email?"
I sent an electronic mail, and also my son or my nephew. Here's his Instagram.
He does
Yeah.
the Instagrams.
Yeah. And I'm just like, what the fuck? But at the same time, that's an exaggerated form of what's actually going on. Like, even us, we don't read all the shit that goes on. We don't know until we read into it what happens, like what is available. But there's so much.
I mean, even if you
that
read
is
into it,
possible.
it's 27 or 50 pages of shit that, like, who would even read
Yeah,
through that?
Exactly. And it's so, like, that's the thing. There's so much that's possible that you're just like,
And
fuck
you're
it.
just
Just,
gonna
yeah,
stick
I
anything
just
in
want to.
there.
I just want to play Angry Birds. I just
And
want to fucking Farmville or
and
whatever.
the
Like
thing
back in
is,
the day, that's when you said yes.
And if you do,
Or do a quiz.
The thing is, if you read the whole thing and don't agree to the terms and conditions,
You can't do
You're
it.
not
You
gonna-
can't
yeah,
do
you're
it.
not going to use it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You're like, do you want to have a shit ton of fun and also give us all your personal information, or do you just want
Share
to
your friends on your
not?
birthday and your calls.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. You're like, all I'm trying to do is this very, very benign sort of thing where it's like, I want to take a quiz, or I want to play a game, or I want to do
sure.
this thing, and then you're like, I'll just say yes because how bad could it be? That's the sort of mentality that
bad.
most people have. But even like when I was in college, I was taking like technical courses, and the professor was like, I don't fucking do any of that because I have read those,
Right.
and I don't want to give out that information. So no, I'm not playing all the games or taking the quizzes or whatever. She's like, but all my information's safe.
Well, I'm sorry, we
Well,
all didn't
no,
go
it's
to
not.
college, Garrett.
And even now through the Senate.
Sorry to go to college, bruh.
Anyway,
I'm going to get to that in a little bit. So there's
Go
a lot
on,
of stuff we
Ricky.
kind of covered.
Yeah.
But just really quickly, though, like I said, the Facebook breach wasn't a hack. So it says here that between 2013 and 2015, Cambridge Analytica harvested profile data from millions of Facebook users without those users' permissions and used that data to build a massive targeted marketing database based on each user's individual likes and interests, using a personality profile methodology that the company formed by high-powered right-wing investors for just the purpose. So these guys are basically just trying to find this. What happened?
nothing. No, I'm sorry. Go.
You're just comparing the phone.
Yeah.
Randy's just so fascinated by things.
Well,
Yeah.
because he's got the iPhone 10 and I just got the 8, so I was like trying to see what the fucking difference was. Anyway,
Not
Nothing.
much.
It's bullshit.
So it says Cambridge Analytica
Samsung.
was able to procure the data in the first place thanks to a loophole in Facebook's API that allowed third-party developers to collect data not only from the users of their apps, but from all of their people in those users' friends network on Facebook. This access came with the stipulation that such data couldn't be marketed or sold, but Cambridge Analytica promptly violated that. So Facebook had these very loose rules of,
rules.
hey guys, like, by the way, just don't do anything like bad with this, okay? Yeah,
Please,
but they all did.
What?
And Facebook was just like,
because
well,
they didn't have any
well, fuck
legal
it, I guess.
stipulations keeping them from doing that, right?
Right, not
Like,
really.
There's no real legal.
I mean, Facebook could have set that up. They just didn't.
They didn't. Yeah.
They were just like, fuck it. It's already out there, I guess. Too late.
yeah.
So that's really where this problem comes into. And then since then, I mean,
But let's
just
be
all
real.
this information has come out.
Let's be real for a second, though. Anybody who's on Facebook, like, has the idea that that their personal information is going to be out there. You're putting it on the internet. Anybody has access.
Right,
to the
like I
internet.
said, this information is nothing that was private necessarily, but we slowly found out that even if you use your profile, which you can obviously, there's some security settings that you have.
Sure.
We can set things to private, set things to like only share with my friends. All of that,
Yeah, but
all of that stuff was ignored within this
I
data.
still
Everything was ignored in
I
that.
still stand by if you want to be a private person, don't be on the internet.
Okay, you can
It's
say that, but that shouldn't be the rule.
Absolutely, I'm not saying that that's the rule. I'm just saying. Yeah,
Okay, so
it's very clear that
I see what you're
your
saying.
Information's
There
gonna be out.
shouldn't be any security settings if really behind the scenes none of that makes any sense. If I can't really set my security settings when you have
True. Yes.
that option and it's
Yeah.
just a false security,
You're absolutely right.
that's a false advertisement,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that's completely deceiving me.
yeah, you're
Agreed.
absolutely right.
Which is why I deleted my Facebook.
but I get what Ryan was saying because it's kind of life, to be honest. Like if you can't figure out the rules of the game, you shouldn't be playing type of thing.
Sure.
Is like the boiled down very simple thing in life. It literally is people. It's like you can either figure out how this works and take advantage of that.
Right.
Or you're just going to be taken advantage of.
Which is why, So with that ideology, I mean, even though I myself believe that, if I had that option and I set myself to private,
I'm just
then
saying
it
in a
shouldn't
dumbed
be-
down version of like.
Yeah, no, 100%. I agree with you, which is why I
Obviously,
deleted my
there's
Facebook.
there's a technical obviously there's technical exactly that's you deleted your Facebook because of this breach.
Yeah,
An ID
I
gap.
mean,
And
but
you don't-
even the ideology of that, like I said, like you say that if you really want to be private, then you shouldn't use it. So I was like, you know what? I don't trust Facebook to even if I say that I
So
want
you're
myself private.
proving my point.
I am, but that's because I'm the minority of this whole entire thing.
Sure, I understand that Facebook's a trend and everybody wants to be a part of it, and they should have the right to hold on to their information.
Yeah. So I mean, like I'm just saying, like if you give people that supposed option that they want to remain private or share it with,
They should have a Facebook
share-
Lite version for dumb people.
Yeah.
share it with people,
Or people just don't want to read things, to be honest.
and
Yeah,
people
like-
with you, if you want to have those control of your settings that they're supposedly giving you, then they should really give you those controls and not just be like, okay, yeah, totally, like you have.
Yeah,
this
because
control.
there are certain things that because
And
on
in the background they're sharing all that shit.
because again to clarify some more of what you're saying is there are options to make your profile private, but turns out this shit bypassed all of that. Yeah,
it was your raw data, so everything that even you had no idea. Like they were finding out that people who had the Android app, it was tracking all their phone calls up to who they called, how long the call lasted, where they were at with the call, and I mean, it's just like all this information was like, why would they need this information?
yeah.
And it turns out because they were building this entire huge profile and selling all their data, and not necessarily them.
But
people
they were selling
not
it.
Facebook themselves, but they were allowing these companies to come
Other
in and sell
other
this
apps
data.
sell the
All
data.
these
I gotcha.
apps.
Which is why, like, during the hearing and whatnot, he's like, we didn't do anything. But other people
Yeah,
did.
other people did. So if you want
I mean, they're technically in the clear at this point, really.
So yeah,
right?
I mean, there's still a lot of stuff that they have to answer for. I mean, if you want to play that clip, we can hear a little bit of the Senate, which was mostly a really boring thing to watch, like we talked about earlier.
There's been tons of videos on
it
Facebook
just shows
itself.
how much our senators are completely out of touch
They have
with the
no
internet.
idea what the fuck the internet is, but
But there was a couple good stuff.
What the fuck is the internet?
And this was one of them.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Zuckerberg, would you be comfortable sharing with us the name of the hotel you stayed in last night?
No.
If you've messaged anybody this week, would you share with us the names of the people you've messaged?
Senator, no, I would probably not choose to do that publicly here.
I think that may be what this is all about. Your right to privacy, the limits of your right to privacy, and how much you give away in modern America in the name of, quote, connecting people around the world. The question basically of what information Facebook's collecting, who they're sending it to, and whether they ever asked me in advance my permission to do that. Is that a fair thing for a user of Facebook to expect?
Yes, Senator. I think everyone should have control over how their information is used. And as we've talked about in some of the other questions, I think that is laid out in some of the documents. But more importantly, you want to give...
Okay, we're going to that. Yeah.
So yeah, we should stop, but it's okay.
Right.
So this guy, the senator here, said that he gave basically Mark Zuckerberg the option to share the information. I mean, kind of like obviously making a big deal out of it and playing it up, but it was basically came down to the point of, oh well, it's nice that you're choosing to share that information to not share that information with me. That's obviously not the option that you gave to the users of your platform.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
So and obviously Mark Zuckerberg says yes, I do agree that they should have that option, but that's obviously not that's the big issue here is that these people who were swept up in this breach did not have the option.
Do you, I don't know. It's funny because the guy's a really smart guy, and it's I feel like he's playing the card like I didn't really know,
Right. Yeah. That's really.
But
what he
I mean,
is
there's
playing.
no way that they could do something this big and not have him know about it. And
He's a fucking CEO.
I know, but
Yeah.
but also,
I'm going to get another beer.
yeah,
Go for it.
but also, I don't think he really understood how fucking. I don't think he understood that this was going to be an issue at some point. You know what I mean? Like,
right. I mean, like he was
this.
to him, it's all private.
We
you know,
all
it's
know,
all public information.
right?
to him.
And we all know how Facebook started. It was just him in college, fucking, just fucking
He's
around with
basically
some
started
coding.
with an app that
Yeah,
said, "Give me this
exactly.
information. Do you
Exactly.
think this person is hot or not?"
Exactly. And so that's why I think, again, this just goes back to prove my point further, is we're not prepared for this shit.
Yeah, this. I mean,
This
if
has
anything,
become
it shows
something
how
way
out of
bigger.
date we are.
This has become way bigger than he ever even imagined.
For sure, 100%. I mean, this is just something now that we're seeing just how all this data that now these companies have sort of been marketing our data.
You can have the rest of that beer, by the way, Ryan. Like, I don't really care for it, to be honest.
Oh, really? I'll
Go for
take
it,
it.
dog.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it just kind of shows, like you said, like this was something that was happening since 2013. This has been happening for years, and now we're barely
Right.
just catching on to just how big of a deal it actually is. So now, like we said, so I deleted my Facebook, and we have.
I can't.
So
That's
okay, so
that's the
besides the
fucking-
point.
You
Besides
and
the
I
point.
have very different lives. Like, we're trying to build something publicly as opposed to Ricky, who, I mean,
I'll
you
just-
want to
I'll
do your
just-
Twitch.
Yeah, I was a user, but I mostly use, I kind of use other platforms for.
I literally
the
can't
things that I
delete
do.
Facebook. Facebook is the reason why I get booked most of the time.
Yeah, no, I mean it was a huge loss. I mean, not a huge loss for me, but I'm just saying, like it's definitely like something that I had to sort of like figure out a way around now because even like talking to family and seeing distant stuff
Yeah.
from family members now, I just that's completely cut off now. So I mean, it's like so. Other than that, though, like I said, I obviously I'm in the minority, but we found out within these hearings that happened within, I believe, 2 days, is that Facebook was tracking people who were even non-users in the name
Whoa.
of in what he called
Because they
security.
were able to get like all your information on your phone
right
by being a mobile user.
because you decide to give them access to your contacts.
Yes. And so, like it says very simple things like location or contacts or
Contacts.
call history, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, yeah, that's fine. I don't care about that. Then you realize that you're like, wait a second.
So we find out now,
But
that through
literally,
through these Senate hearings, that Mark Zuckerberg agreed that yes, Facebook collects data on all these non-users, and in the name of what he calls security.
Jesus.
But that's the thing. Like, this is that's what I was going to earlier, where we have agreed to this stuff.
Yeah.
There are countless times where I'm like, do you want to let your such and such app know your call history and your contacts and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, sure, fine, whatever. And then but if you never stop to think about it, you're like, wait, like how much data? But it's all of it, all of your contacts, all of your location, all of this, all of that. And you just don't think about it because you're like, why would they need it? It is this, and it's just now coming to light what we have already agreed upon, which is why it's like, yes, it's kind of shitty that we didn't get like the whole scope of things put in front of us, but at the same time, it is our fault for just saying yes.
Yeah.
It's like, I understand we just want to play a game or take a quiz, but
Right.
if it asks you, do you want to give all this personal information away? Think about it before you do it.
Well, that's why for a long time
But nobody does.
I think I've probably taken one of those quizzes, and then I was like, "Fuck
course,
this
we've all
stupid
have.
ass."
It's not always just the quizzes though. Like, I mean, like you look at, the big thing
It could
was
be
the
an
one
app that
the-
you play.
Yeah,
Game,
yeah,
a
like
game
the
that
My
you
Vegas.
download.
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
I
With
played the
My
My
Vegas,
Vegas thing,
you
yeah.
log in with your
Candy
Facebook.
Crush,
Yeah.
Farmville from back in the day. Like, like just
Back in the day, you mean last year?
I don't know. I played Farmville in like 2009.
It's still very popular.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I
Oh,
just
wow.
haven't played since like 2009. But I'm just saying, like, little things. They're just like, it's a game. It's a thing. It's a
Yeah, it could have been. It
It's
could have been
inconsequential, but it truly is because of whatever you're agreeing to.
Yeah.
And that's actually where many people, especially in litigation laws and contract people, I've had people that came to me when I was working in sales that were like, I'm actually a contract specialist, and I looked at all this, and this is wrong, and this is wrong, and this is wrong,
Yeah.
because it's their job to look at all of the tiny little details of the contract.
Right.
And so, like, even me, as I was like, I didn't even notice that. People don't generally read all that, but you should.
Yeah.
But you don't.
Right. They expect you to have a complete like advanced law degree
Well,
when
and then
you really shouldn't have that.
but then
to not
again-
get fucked by these companies.
But then again, to my point, like I said earlier, but then if you read all these things and don't agree to the terms,
Yeah.
you don't fucking play the game.
right? But I mean, the thing is, none of these are going to make them even like easily explainable to like a normal human person.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, to
Like,
me, and you, I'll
imagine-
read these words and
imagine
be
like God-
I don't know
okay.
what any of this fucking means.
But like,
Yeah.
imagine like God of War or like all the games that we play now. Like, if they had stuck those in front of those, when we were kids, yeah, we would have said fuck yeah.
Absolutely.
If there was a
Yeah,
button that
fuck
said
yeah.
fuck yeah, we would have hit fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
I think that's in
Fuck yeah,
yeah
take
right
my
now.
I
information.
think that's in Duke Nukem.
Duke Nukem. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, so within the Senate now, from the Senate hearings, we found out just how, without being a user of Facebook, you don't, and all this data that Facebook was gathering about you, being a non-user, you had no option to opt out of that. You would just collect it up.
Yeah.
So that's another kind of big point that we found out. Another bombshell of the Senate hearing was
Also, we found out that the Senate is old as fuck.
Yeah.
and they're old as
and
fuck.
doesn't know shit.
I want to pull that up at some point, so keep talking. You've probably seen it on Facebook or some other platform. There's tons of times where the Senate was just reading questions even to Mark Zuckerberg, and the questions look like, clearly these questions were written for them.
Yeah.
They had no idea what they meant.
Exactly.
And also they made no sense because of the fact that like there were super simple ones where like if I give out if I give some information, I talk to somebody about like, let's say Black Panther, am I gonna get an ad that says something about Black Panther? Like and then Mark Zuckerberg's like, no.
Yeah.
Like this is this. We're not going to take your information for that specifically. But then he reiterates the question as if he doesn't understand that there's a difference in
Context. Yeah.
of what you're saying and all that stuff. But it's just like it's ridiculous because they're just like
They don't understand.
But
They-
they also think that they got him at the same time, which is hilarious. They're like,
Got him.
Well, what about this, Mr. Zuckerberg?
Yeah, no, like these guys want to take him down so bad, but they have no fucking idea what is going
Right.
on.
But yeah, so there's a good couple questions. One of them was from Representative Ben Lujan. He's the one who basically asked Mark Zuckerberg about how many data points that the social network collects on each user, which was, he cited reports that it could come up to about 29,000 points of data interest that they collect on individual users.
I think this is actually this right now. This is the first one. If you want to just let me do it.
How many data categories do you store? Does Facebook store
This is not the person I was talking
on the
about.
categories
Oh, no,
that you collect?
Senator, can you clarify what you mean by data
Well,
categories?
there's some past reports that have been out there that indicate that Facebook collects about 96 data categories for those 2 billion active users. That's 192 billion.
She's just
data
reading
points
off a fucking binder.
Numbers,
This is the thing.
1, 2
from
trillion.
consumers globally.
Yeah.
2 plus
And
2
that-
equals 4.
And he looks so
How many
confused.
do you-
Yeah,
does
as
Facebook
we
store?
are
Mark
watching
Zuckerberg's
this.
a robot, so he's very confused.
Well, and
right
this
here.
is the thing, and I've seen so many videos out there that's like, even though Mark Zuckerberg is not necessarily a bad person, he comes off of it because he's not charismatic at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's a robot.
He's very robotic in his
He's an
his-
android.
but it also
He's
makes
very
sense
advanced
because
for his,
because of
for his
sort of
time.
his background, you can kind of understand it. He's kind of grown up, probably being in it for how he's in his 30s, right?
Yeah, he's
I
not
think
much
so.
older than we are.
But at the same time, we understand that when you're like, you were nerdy back in the day, you were kind of supposed to just be shy and in the background. So you kind of hide behind this and not express too much. So it makes sense that he's like this.
Yeah.
Whereas like now everyone is supposed to be very charismatic and flamboyant or whatever in certain ways. So to sort of give off, oh no, I'm not trying to be like mean or evil or looking, but he's just hiding behind what he's always known, but he's very smart.
Yeah.
He's just not charismatic. And
Sure.
that's the problem, that in the public eye,
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
are like, this guy's a
I
fucking
don't
robot.
I don't think he's a bad guy.
I don't either. But I think he really should watch some fucking
I mean,
YouTube videos on Caro.
He's not like that. He's not like that farmer bro. dude,
No, yeah. That guy's straight evil.
Yeah.
Same with actually things that I've seen from Donald Trump, where you literally smile and make these facial expressions
Yeah.
about bad things.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, that's evil.
Yeah.
This is just, he's not making any facial expression. And then when he is making happy expressions, they go away really fast. Kind
Yeah.
of what I've seen in Kanye West is similar, where he's smiling and it just stops.
Yeah.
He's like,
So he's a robot.
down.
Yeah.
So, and that's the thing.
So I
that
think-
is a learned thing that he just hasn't picked up
I'm
on
gonna
for
play
whatever
devil's
reason.
advocate.
Go for
I
it.
think he's a psychopath.
Okay.
He's a complete psychopath. Obviously, he has no empathy for anybody, and he doesn't see any human beings worth their, obviously he doesn't see,
That's one. That's one argument. Yeah, I see what you mean by that too.
Yeah,
Sure.
I know. I truly do understand that. I'm just saying
I
from
don't
what
think he's
I've
a-
picked up.
I don't think he's a psychopath.
I don't think
I
so.
think he's like Asperger.
Hey, there's been a study that all CEOs, there's like 90% of all CEOs that they've ever been tested
Sociopath,
have all
maybe.
been like sociopaths.
You mean sociopath,
Yeah,
not
sociopaths.
psychopath.
Yeah.
Sociopath, that makes sense. In which, I mean, sociopath
He's
means
a complete sociopath.
means they
Judas Priest, maybe.
sociopath means they can't make any human connection. They're fucking
Yeah, for sure.
They
That's
don't
Mark
they don't
Zuckerberg,
they
100%.
lack feelings pretty
Yeah.
much. Yeah.
Yeah. For
But-
sure, that's Mark Zuckerberg.
But I'm kind of coming from the area where I've kind of seen both sides, where I have been in a sort of realm where I'm like, oh, maybe I shouldn't show my expressions as much, because when I was growing up, I was extremely, like, way more than now.
Yeah.
A hyperactive kid. I had a lot of expressions. Everything I did to the extreme.
Who hurt you?
A lot of people. A lot of people. And, but
He's all Ryan D.
especially Ryan D. But instead of, and this is the thing, it's what you take away. Instead of me getting scarred or hurt or whatever and just shutting down or shoving things inside and not really showing my emotions, I just slightly did a course correction. I'm like, okay, maybe don't be so like overreactive or so outrageous or so this. Like, I still feel it.
You're still very outrageous.
Inside, but I'm like, okay, I can dial it down. But I can also,
you, though?
But I can also express myself. I can also express myself as a person and
Say
understand
these things.
understand that people like being shown empathy. They like being shown that I can be trusted. They like being all this. But like
Right,
where
but too much. I see what you mean.
Mark Zuckerberg is just like, I'm not going to show any emotion, and I'm just going to like answer the question
Yeah.
and then
But also,
smile and then.
but also
stop.
he's under the fucking gun. So like, he
Exactly.
has to play it like poker face.
Exactly. It's a poker face. And that's what I think, or at least what I picked up on. Whereas, like you brought up, actually, great point with the Pharma Bro thing. Like, that guy openly is like, fuck all y'all.
Yeah.
I thought of something. Like, he's essentially like, I outsmarted everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
he's right.
But at the same time, he shows it.
Yeah.
Where it's like it's a game of poker. It's like, yeah, maybe you did outsmart a lot of people. Don't fucking show it, because then everyone's just gunning towards you.
So do you think it's possible that Zuckerberg feels all this shit, knows that he's in the wrong, but just doesn't
100%.
want to
He's
show
not
his
gonna
hand?
show, yeah, he's not going to show his
He's
hand.
not
of
gonna
course.
he's not gonna show his hand emotionally.
He's
Definitely
got the greatest lawyers behind him.
And
Yeah.
and because of what I've actually said, he doesn't react emotionally.
Yeah.
Which is
True.
smart and
Which is
strong.
also why he's not
That's
married.
Yeah, and exactly.
But smart and
exactly
strong on his
why,
part,
Like, no,
still.
is he? I thought he's married, isn't he?
Is he married?
I think he's married. I thought he has a kid and everything.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I thought he has a child.
I was
Yeah,
just
bro.
making
Pretty
assumptions.
sure I'm pretty sure he's married.
He has
and
10
child.
kids. He has 10 kids.
I had no
and
idea.
He's
I
also he's a
I'm pretty
polygamist.
sure
He has
I'll check
14
that.
wives.
Oh, okay.
No kidding. But no, like I think I heard something the same. But I'm just saying, like, he's not gonna fall into a trap. Whereas a lot of people are over emotional and
Yeah.
will react
Sure.
very strongly to the point that they incriminate themselves. He is not.
Yeah,
going
he's
to do
married
that. He
to
is
Priscilla Chan.
not going to do that.
And Chinese.
I don't know that for sure. She was born in Massachusetts.
Isn't Chan Chinese?
Yes, but
born
why
in
does
Massachusetts,
everything have to
Ryan.
be so racial with you?
She's a U.S. born citizen.
Oh, she's not Chinese.
Got it.
Oh, she's not Chinese.
Oh, Chan isn't a Chinese name.
Okay.
Fuck you. Fuck you. You mean to bring
Oh,
up
she's a China woman.
you gotta bring up a China woman and tell me she's not Chinese.
Jesus Christ. All right, so that's it for my story.
What's next?
That is it. For my
What's
stories.
next? You gonna bring up a black dude? Tell me he's not black?
No, I don't.
That's it for my stories.
That's it.
Except for Drake.
We're done.
Drake and Chris Brown, because he's
Oh, Lil Dicky.
yeah, because he's light skinned black.
Delete your Facebook.
I may have some news for you. Go ahead.
Delete your Facebook after a live stream.
I'm not gonna get to this story.
I know.
I have a question for you. News story that'll make you guys a little bit tingly in the fans. Okay, we need to move on from that. I need to get away from that real quick.
I read somewhere that their periods attract bears.
What if they pulled the plug on us because we're talking about this on a Facebook live stream?
That would be crazy. That would be ridiculous.
Like lose all these followers all of a sudden.
That'd be hilarious.
That would be shit. That would be some bullshit.
Yeah, like we just decided.
Well,
to cut
no
off
one's
access
watching
to the
at the
page.
moment.
Because of Facebook, bro.
Because
They
Facebook.
fucking heard
That's-
us.
and
They cut off access to the fucking users.
Probably.
That's what's going on.
It's Mark Zuckerberg.
Fuck you, Zuckerberg. You
Fuck
piece
you,
of
Zucks.
shit.
Fucking
Fuck
Zuck.
a Zuck.
Fucking Zuck. Fuck.
Zuck. Fuck you, bruh. All right, so
The Zucks sucks.
okay, let's get into the stories. So the first thing I wanted to bring up today is that we wanted to pay our respects and say rest in peace to a great actor,
Pour one
Full
out.
Metal Jacket actor R. Lee Ermey. You definitely have,
I think it's Ermy.
yeah,
Ermey.
you've definitely seen this guy, heard this guy, at least in his voice.
You fucking know who he is.
He's the classic drill instructor for everything. He started, I want to say, in Full Metal Jacket.
Well,
You want to tell the story real quick, Ryan?
Well, yeah, I'll tell you. I'll tell you what I know.
just because you said it earlier.
I got you. I have a little idea of what apparently. Well, this is just what I heard in a podcast because I listen to daily podcasts. So they were talking about him today, and I knew this before, but apparently he was a what was the word? Correspondent.
Yeah, he
Was
was,
that the-
he was a correspondent. He was a consultant.
Consultant. There it is. Yeah. So that's the word I'm looking for. He was a consultant on multiple movies for military movies. So anytime they were doing any sort of like World War movies or war movies, he was always a what the fuck was it? Consultant. He was always a consultant to basically give the filmmakers an idea of what a sergeant or a drill sergeant,
An army person
would actually be like
Yeah.
on camera. And so when he was on Stanley Kubrick's Full Metal Jacket, he was a consultant, and Stanley Kubrick asked him to record a video of what a drill sergeant would be like because he was an actual drill sergeant in the U.S. military.
Yeah.
So he recorded a video of what the types of things he would say to people and how he would act, and sent that to Kubrick. And Kubrick ended up firing the dude who was actually an actor playing the drill sergeant and hired him as the drill sergeant. And this is probably his most iconic and breakthrough role. He actually was nominated for Golden Globe for this appearance.
Yeah, this is the opening scene for Full Metal Jacket, and you will automatically, if you haven't by now figured out who we're talking about, this is him.
I am Gunnery Sergeant Hartman, your senior drill instructor. From now on, you will speak only when spoken to. And the first and last words out of your filthy sewers will be, sir. Do you maggots understand that? Sir, yes, sir. Bullshit, I can't hear you. Sound off like you got a pair. Sir, yes, sir. If you ladies leave my island, if you survive recruit training, you will be a weapon. You will be a minister of death praying for war. But until that day, you are pukes. You are the lowest form of life on earth. You are not even human fucking beings. You are nothing but unorganized, grabastic pieces of amphibian shit. Because I am hard, you will not like me. But the more you hate me, the more you will learn. I am hard, but I am fair. There is no racial bigotry here. I do not look down on niggers, kikes, wops, or greasers. Here you are all equally worthless. And my orders are to weed out all non-hackers who do not pack the gear to serve in my beloved corps. Do you maggots understand that? Sir, yes, sir. Bullshit, I can't hear you. Sir, yes, sir. What's your name, scumbag? Sir, Private Brown, sir. Bullshit, from now on you're Private Snowball. Do you like that name? Sir, yes, sir. Well, there's one thing that you won't like, Private Snowball.
Right.
They don't serve fried chicken and watermelon on a daily basis in my mess hall. Sir, yes, sir.
You, John Wayne? Is this me?
Who said that? Who the fuck said that?
It's the greatest scene.
Who's the slimy
Yeah.
little communist
Let it roll.
shit
Let it roll.
cocksucker down here who just signed his own death warrant? Nobody, huh? The very fucking godmother said it.
He's
I'm
not even a fucking
fucking
actor.
standing. I will PT you all until you fucking die. I'll PT you until your asshole for sucking buttermilk. Was it you, you scroungy little fuck, huh? Sir, no, sir. You little piece of shit, you look like a fucking worm. I bet it was you. Sir, no, sir.
Sir, I said it, sir.
Well, no shit. What have we got here? A fucking comedian, private joker. I admire your honesty. Hell, I like you. You can come over to my house and fuck my sister. You little scumbag. I got your name. I got your ass. You will not laugh. You will not cry. You will learn by the numbers. I will teach you. Now get up. Get on your feet. You had best unfuck yourself or I will unscrew your head and shut down your neck. Sir, yes, sir.
That's the first time you ever heard anything like that before, right?
Kill, sir. So you're a killer. Sir, yes, sir. Let me see your war face. Sir. You got a war face? Ah! That's a war face. Now let me see your war face. Ah! Bullshit. You didn't convince me. Let me see your real war face. Ah! You don't scare me. Work on it. Sir, yes, sir. What's your excuse? Sir, excuse for what, sir? I'm asking the fucking questions here, Private. Do you understand? Sir, yes, sir. Well, thank you very much. Can I be in charge for a while? Sir, yes, sir. Are you shook up? Are you nervous? Sir, I am, sir. Do I make you nervous? Sir. Sir, what? Are you about to call me an asshole? Sir, no, sir. How tall are you, Private? Sir, 5'9", sir. 5'9". I didn't know they stacked shit that high. You trying to squeeze an inch on me somewhere, huh? Sir, no, sir. Bullshit. It looks to me like
this is
the
a
best
lot,
part of you
lot of
ran
shit.
down
But
there.
you understand. Like,
He is the greatest, dude. Like, his performance in this movie is just the absolute best. And if anybody who's a newer, fucking younger cat would
or
know,
just never seen this movie.
or has never seen this movie, he's also the voice of Sarge in the Army Men in Toy Story.
Yeah, Toy Story. You've all seen Toy Story.
We've all seen Toy Story.
Yeah.
He's the army dude of any fucking movie.
He was
ever.
what was that show called that he had on the History Channel?
I don't know.
I'm the army dude.
I think it was like, god damn it. There's a show. I have my shit's broken. I can't.
It's all right. All right, cool.
That's
But
what
there's
the
a
show was
show.
called?
There's a show that he had that was. I mean, super
Did he narrate
famous
it?
that he did. Yeah, I mean, he was the face of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. But I mean, fuck.
Will once I fucking show you it.
He was in Saving Silverman.
Yeah.
He was the football coach in Saving
Oh, was he?
Silverman. Yeah. Yeah, you never seen that movie?
Right, yeah.
I've seen it, but I don't remember that.
Yeah, he's the football coach that's in Saving Silverman. Then it winds up being gay.
That's right.
But all around, from what I understand, he's a really great. He'd always been a really great dude. Like, he was a hard ass on screen, but like was always like a really nice guy.
Yeah. I just realized that our banner.
Yeah, it fell on us while you were
Yeah.
playing that video.
Oh, like right there.
Shit
Yeah.
out of me.
Nice. All right. Cool. So yeah, we just definitely want to pay our respects. Of course,
Rest in peace.
he died
There we
at the
go.
age of 74, so he lived a good life,
We'll
dude.
pour one out
seriously.
for Emery. What's his name?
Pull one out to my.
His name
Arlie
was
Emery.
R. Lee Emery.
Ermy.
So
Ermy.
Ermy.
Cheers.
Pour it
Arlie
into
Emery.
our throats.
Twist your head off and shit down your throat. I had never.
I don't know they stack shit.
Mail call.
Mail
Mail
call.
call.
You don't
I've
remember
never
mail
heard
call?
that one. No.
Dude, I'm gonna pull up some mail call right now. Pull up some mail call, Garrett. Yeah, but you're on.
Yeah,
the
I can pull it up. Hold on, keep talking then.
Like you'll hear it like dude. As soon as you like call, like it's iconic, dude. There's no way you don't know what this is.
I never watched. Well, I watched the History Channel. I love the History Channel, but I
Never seen this.
I didn't
before.
have cable for a long time, guys. So,
All right,
Get
sweet.
that sandwich out of your pie hole and listen up, maggot. It's time for mail call. Welcome
Yeah,
to
it's
mail
very,
call. I traded in my Jeep for something with a 1-horsepower engine. Ooh.
oh, so
You've never seen this show?
No, he does like
Oh,
history
wow.
lessons.
Here,
Yeah,
runs a
dude.
little
This is
different.
all.
Because they are, genius. Mail call is stepping back in time to show you the gear and guns that were state of the art during
Dude,
the
all
late
this history
1912.
stuff,
That's
dude.
This is a YouTube channel show.
No.
No,
He
I-
did-
no,
he
that's
did a
OG.
History
That's
Channel
OG
show.
History Channel.
But the funny thing is, like, now that I'm in this world where I can see indie production,
Yeah.
I'm hearing all this like this stuff where you don't have to pay for it. Basically, all the
Right.
sound effects, all of the production. Excuse me.
You mean
The royalty free.
DSMR
Royalty-free.
royalty free one.
Royalty
Like
free.
yeah, like
Ricky said it.
yeah, royalty free type stuff. But like just like the intro guitar, like right here, like this is.
Get that
Hold on.
sandwich out of
Wait
your
for it.
pie hole and listen up, maggot. It's time for mail call.
Heard that before,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
and then wait for it.
Welcome to mail call. I've traded
That,
Oh,
that
yeah,
little,
that.
Oh yeah.
That's like in
I've
Jeopardy.
seen that so many different times in like different YouTube channels.
Yeah,
it's
for
all this
sure.
stuff where it's royalty free, and it's like, oh shit, like this is all happening before. It's just now that we're in an era where everything's so available to people. Like I see it now. I'm like all the
Yeah.
all the
They
YouTube
all had
videos,
the
all the
same
short
access.
films.
Yeah.
It's so funny though.
exactly.
It's so funny. Like, can you imagine being sued for a pew?
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah,
That happened, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm
crazy.
sure.
All right, but I don't know if
Hey,
I've
that's
ever
my
seen
pew.
Yeah. That pew, I made that,
That pew, I made that.
Yeah. All right,
$1,000.
moving on though. I wanted to say now we have a news story. So, you guys remember Pet Sematary, the movie?
I don't wanna be buried
And
in a pet cemetery. Yeah.
Yeah,
I remember the Ramones song more than I remember the movie.
Yeah,
do,
same.
actually, same as. But now they're doing a remake, and the remake's gonna be.
There was a joke, but honestly, I watched it recently. And
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Does it still hold up?
No.
Okay.
It's a fun movie. I mean, if you're into horror, if you're a horror fan, you know, it's a
Do you guys
classic.
like zombie movies?
It's a
maybe?
classic. It's
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a fucking classic. And the scariest thing about that movie is the sister with the cerebral palsy.
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
Or whatever. They open the door and she's all fucking contorted and
Yeah,
shit.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but I don't know. The little kid's just adorable. that comes back to life.
Adorable.
I got something for you, Daddy.
No, that was worth. That was. I think I had not more nightmares about it than
Really?
it, but I definitely thought about it.
The
I
worst
think, more
part,
than it.
one of the worst parts, spoilers, is when he slices his dad's Achilles tendon with the fucking razor blade.
Yeah, that's
which
when I
which
saw that.
became like that was another one of the
That was
first
like
of
the
its
gross
kind. Like
shit.
yeah, that was like the first fucking time that anybody
I saw it on that, and I saw it on
Child's Play.
No, yeah, it was Child's Play, and then I saw it on like not the recent movie, but this was
And
like
then,
back
Trick or
when,
Treat.
He doesn't
No,
trick or
no.
treat. Yeah,
It was that movie where they go to Europe and they get fucking caught up. And
Oh,
like,
Hostel?
Hostel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the first time I
Hostel,
saw it.
yeah.
I was just like, oh shit, like they're totally jacking the fucking.
It became like
the Achilles
it's the
tendon
same as
shit.
like okay,
Yeah.
so like Black Christmas was the first that did the Killers in the House. So like then Scream,
Oh, yeah,
you know,
yeah,
Scream did it and fucking
calls
you know,
from coming from inside.
calls coming
the
from
house.
inside the house. The Black Christmas was the first one because that was the one where the guy was in the basement the whole time he was calling
Yeah,
and torturing
yeah.
that woman.
Yeah,
But that's
remember
wasn't
that
that based off of like that old horror story where it's
Well, that
like,
story was
call is
yeah.
coming from
yeah,
inside.
exactly.
yeah. The story
Or,
came out.
have you checked the children?
We tracked
That
the
one.
call.
Yeah. Yeah, it all came from that, but that was like what 1950s, and then
Yeah.
in the 70s, Black Christmas came out, and that was when that was the first one to see it on film. Just like in dude, there's so many like horror cliches that I don't know how the fuck I have this knowledge, but like even okay, so in Halloween, you know, they were the first ones to do the killer's dead but not dead. You know, like
What?
Oh right.
you know that okay, so you know that camera shot
Yeah.
where it's like, oh, it's over, and she just stabbed him, and then there's the shot, and then you can see his body in the background, but then he sits up, and then he sits
I'm
up.
still alive. Oh.
The Halloween was the first to do that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's bullshit, though. I hate that. I hate that, honestly, because it's like
It happened-
that's when you enter the realm of paranormal, where it's just like you should be dead.
Well, that's why there's so many different things about the Halloween and the Michael Myers and
Which is interesting because now that they're doing the thing where I like that they're getting into this. This is basically fan casting, fan fiction, where you basically retcon. Yeah, it's down.
Oh, yeah,
it's down.
yeah.
I gotta figure something out there.
it's all right.
But you retcon all of the stuff that you don't like, basically. So
Yeah.
like Terminator is doing this now, where they're retconning everything after Terminator 2, and this new Terminator movie is coming out as
And
if
it's supposed
right
to be
after,
right after part 2, right?
not necessarily right after, but it's
Well,
not
right.
it has nothing to do with 3 and on.
Genesis and which is
And
just kind of fucked up. I
Genesis.
kind of like Genesis.
I actually still haven't seen it.
I
but
kinda liked
I
it.
just know a lot of people didn't like
I
it, and
liked
I
it-
didn't like anything else.
I liked it
that
as a
after that.
Terminator fan.
Okay, but fair enough. Same thing going with this Halloween one, where they are redoing everything, but in the sense that they're
Yeah,
not gonna acknowledge anything after Halloween 2. I think.
and the Halloween remakes that Rob Zombie did are the best movies he's ever directed. I'm just saying.
Fair enough. Everything's subjective. Go for it. I haven't seen them.
If you ever watched
either.
any of his new shit, dude, actually don't.
If you've ever seen it, don't see it.
Well,
Unsee it.
Now he's doing another Devil's Rejects, which I'm in. I'm gonna watch that because I loved House of a Thousand Corpses and Devil's Rejects.
Yeah.
But like that's his own his own property, I guess.
Yeah. So yeah, he's done that. But and then he's doing I don't know not
That
a remake, but
fucking
like a
that
sequel,
Lords
I
of
thought.
Salem was fucking dog shit. And then I
Yeah.
watched that other one. It was like what was it, 23 or 31 or some shit. That was fucking just god awful. My God, dude,
Yeah.
it was horrible. It was like I was like, it's gonna get better. It's gonna get. It never got
Nope.
better.
Never
got
got
better.
Mm-mm.
No, not even to the. And I was like, oh, she's gonna survive. He's gonna walk away. Fuck
Yeah.
this movie.
He's very much I think he's better at he's like here's some
And why does he have to keep putting his fucking wife in every movie who can't fucking act for shit?
because
Jesus Christ.
she's his wife. That's the
She
thing.
sucks.
Yeah, dude. That's the thing. That's why I think you shouldn't really
She
work with
sucks,
people that you work
and he
that you
writes
like.
and he writes around her.
Yeah.
And so which makes the movie suck.
You know what's funny too? Like before this movie, the movie I'm going to talk about right now, I was very much about like you shouldn't work with people that you are in a relationship with or your family, unless you know that they're strong enough
Well,
for this.
unless I mean like
But not Get Out. A Quiet Place. John Krasinski and Emily Blunt. Have you seen it?
yeah, it's great.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And I fucking love it.
It's great. Have you seen it?
No.
Quiet Place?
God
I
damn
really,
it. Ricky,
I-
get on it.
I know
Sorry,
I know
fucked
you're
up.
not into the scaries,
But
Yeah,
you
I
gotta
don't
love
like
it.
it.
but
Dude, it's
it's
so
a really
good.
good
I
movie.
wanted to go
It's
take
so good.
my wife, but she doesn't want to go see it, so I have to like either go see it by myself.
It's
like
a
I
really
did
good
with
movie.
It.
I will go see it with you again because
I'll
I
go with
liked
you
it.
too.
Yeah.
All right.
I
Well,
know I
Sunday.
have an
I got Sunday
AMC
open.
Stubbs premiere card.
I
got
have
Sunday
a
open.
movie
Can we
pass.
go see it Sunday?
Sunday movie pass.
I'm
Boom.
in.
Let's do it.
Boom. But like it's so good, and the thing is, I actually saw interviews where John Krasinski already had the movie, and then Emily Blunt was like, "I read the
she
script."
read it,
and
yeah, and she was like, "I wanna be in
this.
it."
I want to be in it.
Yeah.
Let me
yeah,
do it."
Yeah, and he was saying that was the greatest compliment because she never wants to be in anything he writes.
Yeah, exactly.
And she's a great actress or whatever.
She's like he fell in love with her after the fact that she was an actress and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Like
that makes sense.
He was even in interviews like, yeah, I watched Devil Wears probably like 1,000 times, and then like I when we went on the first date, she's like, "You remember the time when you did this?"
Oh, she was geeking out on The
No,
Office?
he was geeking. No,
Oh.
he was geeking out on her.
Oh.
And that's the thing. And I was like, I totally like I am John Krasinski in that era. Like if I actually got a date with like somebody that I saw on,
I would have been
fucking
geeking out
the
on John
movies.
Krasinski. I would have been like,
Oh, in The Office, yeah.
I'd have been like, you remember when like
The time
when
when
you
you
just
did-
like Dwight?
And you
That
did
was
this
funny.
thing. It was funny. Yes.
You switched out with the Asian guy.
The Asian family, remember?
Remember? That was awesome.
But yeah, well, anyway, back to fucking Pet Cemetery. Yeah, let's
Yes.
do it. Fucking yes. Come
So,
on.
a new one. So with speaking of reboots and sequels, you have Jason Clarke, who was recently in Genesis. He was
Yes.
John Connor.
Yes, he was. No.
Oh, shit.
No, he was. Wait.
Yes.
Yes, he
the bad
was.
guy,
Yes,
wasn't
he was. Yeah, you're right.
He was John Connor in the new
You're
Genesis
right.
movie.
You're right.
So they're gonna do a brand new
You
one.
are right.
Thank you, bro. He is going to be John Connor. He's not going to be John Connor. He's going to be
John Connor.
Yes.
John Connor.
They have Jason
Rising
Clarke
is real.
for this.
John Connor.
My last story. I want to talk about this.
Wait a minute. I thought we were going to talk more about that.
Oh no, we can do it. But that's the thing is, we have a new Pet Cemetery movie coming out
With just him
and
as
Jason
the dad,
Clarke
I
is
assume.
signed on.
Yeah, I assume as the main character.
Is the main character exactly? And for me, yeah, it's funny that they linked. The first link is to the Ramones
That's
Pet
great.
Cemetery song.
But the song is more memorable than,
But
than
that's
the movie.
thing. No, I remember so hard that I was scared of the movie more than the actual movie itself.
Did you ever see the movie Thinner? Which is
Once.
Stephen King?
Once.
It is awful. But the
It's
concept
so creepy.
The concept is very, very creepy. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, the I feel like that's what Drag Me to Hell was pretty much based on.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
It's just this one like thing. It's like you're like this. I'm living an ordinary life, and then some random gypsy woman is like, "Here's a curse."
Yeah.
And you're like, "Oh fuck!"
Remember
Cursed.
like John Benjamin Has a Van, worst episode ever. Do you remember that one? Where he runs over a gypsy?
No, I don't.
Oh fuck. Okay.
That's
never
not the
mind.
one where he's left in Mexico.
It just doesn't matter.
Where he leaves
Doesn't
his
matter.
producer
Pet
in
Cemetery.
Mexico.
I like this theme of remaking Stephen King movies. Is what I was getting to.
I do too. I think the fact that it made so much money at the box office, really set off the switch.
They cast John Hader, Bill Hader.
Yes, Bill Hader in the sequel.
Yeah, in part 2 already.
Part 2 of what? And also, I believe one more person that I forgot.
Yeah,
John Hader, Bill Hader, and someone else.
Yeah.
I gotta look that up, but that's like straight out of fan casting too. I've seen so many fan casts with Bill Hader.
I don't know how much how. I mean, okay, I don't know if you guys are so big on like these Stephen King movies the way I am. Like, I mean, The Shining. I'm not too sure if I'm cool with another one. If they come up with another,
You want to hear something?
there's already gonna be another Shining.
I've never seen The Shining.
You son of a bitch.
What? Really?
What?
I
don't know why. Like I just never seen The Shining.
It's okay. And here's the thing about that one with Jack Nicholson, right?
Yeah.
The
Jack.
What?
Jack.
Yeah. I don't know why I called him Jack. Like he's like I know him. But
here's the thing with Jack.
Here's the thing with Jack. No, it's that movie is so Stanley Kubrick-y. Like so that's why Stephen King hates it. Mm-hmm. But the creep factor and the practical effects and Jack Nicholson's arc of like his character arc is so fucking great. If you watch that movie, watch it as an actor more than anything, as an actor filmmaker.
Yeah,
and then you'll appreciate the fuck out of it.
Probably.
Yeah,
because I like I was saying earlier, I start noticing things now. I was gonna go back to the It casting. Jessica Chastain has now officially been cast as the adult Beverly Marsh.
You need to watch fucking yes. Who?
Jessica Chastain,
The lady, the chick.
Yeah, I know.
Super hot redhead.
I don't know who that is. Who's Jessica Chastain?
Super hot redhead. You don't know Jessica Chastain,
From
bro?
Jurassic World.
No, not that. That's not her at all.
What? She's not in Jurassic World?
No, she's not.
Oh.
Zero Dark 30.
What? She's not in Jurassic World?
Never seen
No,
her
that
again.
is someone's daughter.
Oh, that's like
the guy from Happy Days.
Yeah. Richie Cunningham.
Richie Cunningham.
What?
This is
Ron Howard.
This is a different
who is
person.
this? I don't know who this bitch is.
You have no idea who this is.
I've never seen any of these movies.
is.
Jessica Chastain. She was in The Huntsman and Zero Dark 30.
You're still naming movies I've never fucking seen.
Okay, let me go back and then. I'm trying to think. Interstellar, Crimson Peak.
Oh, Interstellar. I know that one.
I've seen it. No, I haven't seen Interstellar.
Molly's Game.
I've never
Bryce
seen her
Dallas
before on my
Howard.
TV ever.
This is ridiculous right now, bro.
I have never seen her on my TV ever.
Bryce Dallas Howard and her look exactly the same.
No.
'Cause they have red
Fucking
hair?
What's her Howard girl's way hotter.
Oh, okay.
I would say I like Jessica Chastain. I think she's pretty hot.
They look pretty similar, dog. Look
Let
at
me
my
see. No. She's got old white woman face, and she's still very pretty.
Young,
Yeah.
young face. Old face, young face.
Yeah.
I like both of them for their unique features.
It's hard to moisturize.
All right, well you can do that.
Anyway, what the fuck were we talking about? Oh, old Stephen King movies. Okay, so there was a TV
No,
movie.
she's gonna be Beverly.
Yeah.
But I
got
thought
that.
you knew
I got
who
it.
that was.
Yeah, I got it.
Then you have James McAvoy is the other person I was talking about.
That's what it was.
James McAvoy is going to be Bill, and Bill Hader will be Richie.
That's gonna be great.
Yes.
That's gonna be great.
So we have Bill Hader and James McAvoy and Jessica Chastain confirmed as the the older versions of Richie, Bill, and Beverly, respectively.
I like it.
Bill Skarsgård is going to reprise his role as Pennywise.
Obvi. He did so fucking good in that movie.
Dude, creepy.
Just ordered some food right now. I'm so hungry.
I'm down.
Oh my god.
Dude, I'm down for pizza. I haven't had pizza in so long.
Got some Doghouse coming.
You already ordered?
That? You already ordered food?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Oh, thanks for asking. you
okay.
fuck.
What?
cool.
Oh, all the times you come over with food in front of us and just fucking eat like crazy burgers.
That's
and shit.
true. That's true.
So shut the fuck up, Brett.
That's true.
I was about to try. Whatever.
That's
Let's
true.
go.
No, he's right. No,
I was
fuck
gonna
you,
order-
Garrett. No,
okay.
never mind. Not fuck get Ricky. Fuck you. Okay.
I was gonna order pizza for myself and Ryan, but now I'm just gonna order
Garrett
pizza for
always just comes
myself.
with all
I'm
this
out
food,
of
he's just
cash
like,
right now.
oh,
I can
oh,
cash app you.
And no, I was going to order it for you, and then you were being a dick.
Oh well, fuck Ricky then.
Okay.
After this, I'm getting
I'll
pizza.
flip flop all day.
Bro,
Whoever's buying me
shit.
food, the fuck the other guy.
Yeah, that dude, Ryan D's the mercenary.
already went mine, so-
Who's gonna pay me more?
Fuck
Who's gonna
me,
feed me?
fuck me, I guess. I already ordered.
All right, whatever. All right, but either way,
Point-
Jason
point-
Clarke, yes.
Point being,
Pet
new
Sematary.
Stephen King movies should happen. There was another one.
The
one.
Black Tower or Dark Tower bomb.
Dark Tower
though.
was a
that was
flop.
the only thing
Yeah.
though. Like
Yeah.
Stephen King is not enough. However, if you choose the right property, you cast it and you make a good movie.
But what was another one? Let's
and
see.
you market it right, it's going to be great. However, I don't think they did.
They did
any-
a TV movie of
they
The
did-
Shining, which was actually pretty good too.
The Shinning by The Simpsons. Yeah,
No, they did a sci-fi TV movie.
I like The Shinning though.
Okay, The Shining.
The Shinning was cool.
No beer, no TV. Make
Have you guys seen
homework,
the new
no-
Lost in Space?
Something.
No, Netflix.
No,
no.
I'm not a fag.
Oh,
Just
okay.
kidding.
Damn it!
I'm just
Can I? I feel like every episode Ryan's on, I have to explain that like none of us,
None of
also,
our views are the same as
reflect
Ryan's.
the ideas of
Oh,
Ryan.
all of a
D.
sudden, you guys don't
Humpcast.
use the word faggot.
Not on
I
air,
don't-
bro.
I don't know if
no
I-
one's gonna do this.
I don't know if
no.
I use that off the air. I'm
Or
gonna say
that.
I don't.
Maybe
Oh, all of a
even.
sudden.
But regardless,
sudden.
none of the
heard me
All of a
say that.
sudden.
the reviews of the
All of a
ideas
sudden,
Ryan
you
D
guys don't say kike on down the air.
don't reflect the reviews of anyone else.
All of a
on
sudden, you don't say
Humpcast.
spick.
Pretty sure I never said that.
All of a sudden, you don't say chink. I can't believe you guys. I can't believe you guys would just throw me under the bus like that. All of a sudden.
So this is the real reason why I love Humpcast. Is
Is it my door? I gotta go to the door.
it my doghouse?
All of a sudden, you guys.
Postmates here.
I left a message like saying,
All right,
if you
can
don't
we
want to
fucking
climb
move
the
on?
stairs, let me know. I'll go get
New
my
Pet Cemetery. That's pretty cool. I'm very interested to see a
Should play the song.
trailer. I want to see a trailer.
Should play the song.
I want to see a trailer
song,
for
play the
this.
song.
It was
All
right
right.
there. It was
the trailer, dog. Come on. What the fuck
What do you mean? It's an ad, bro. Fucking fuck Reds.
Apple
Fuck it.
Ale. Bullshit.
What do you mean is right there? I clicked on it. It was a click. I did a click, and now we get this. Hey. Because I
Just
have been.
put it in a lower back.
We've
lower.
already we've already been
Slower.
flagged. Last time I played something, we got flagged.
Yo, fuck
Really?
Mark
Yeah,
Zuckerberg.
I wasn't even able.
You got flagged on Facebook?
on Facebook,
Yo,
bro.
fuck Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
Flag this, bitch.
Flag it, bro. Flag it. I dare.
Flag this,
I
bitch.
dare you.
Oh, you guys can say flag it, but you can't say faggot, huh?
God hates flags, bro.
God hates flags, bro. Wait, when did we get flagged?
A few weeks ago, like I tried to upload something that I play a song on. And it's like you had copyrighted material in here. You're not allowed to
what the
upload.
fuck?
Like that's why I couldn't upload the video after the fact.
What were you trying to upload it on
No,
YouTube or on Facebook?
No, on Facebook. So
What the
Just
fuck?
post the
after the
on
video,
Facebook?
it's like you can't upload it because
Oh shit!
material.
Damn, dude, Zuckerberg's looking
Yeah,
in.
dude. So I was like, okay, so now every time I play something, I have to talk over it or do something. I think. So we'll see how if this.
No, you're allowed
we're gonna
15
get
seconds.
flagged, dude. We're gonna get
Well, we've
flagged.
definitely played more than 15
Yeah,
seconds.
we
of
got
other
flagged.
stuff.
Yeah.
Let's
We're
find out.
flagged for sure. Fuck it.
Fuck
Flag
him.
us,
Fuck,
motherfucker.
fuck Zuckerberg.
Fuck you,
Fuck
Zuck.
a flag, bitch.
Fuck a flag. Flag.
Flag
You bunch
this.
of flaggots. Why don't you flag this, you bunch of flaggots?
Flag this shit.
It's on YouTube, dude. We play a
Fucking-
YouTube video.
You fucking flaggots.
You can watch YouTube on here, right? What the fuck?
I don't know.
Just watch my YouTube videos.
I'm just going to say flaggots then. You guys okay with that?
Well, actually, you might be able to get away with that because,
guess.
like, Battlestar Galactica got away with saying the F word by changing it from fuck to frack. So,
Oh, is that where that came from?
did you not know that?
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
So
I
Battlestar
didn't get it.
Galactica is famous for the
Beats
fact that they changed
Bears. Battlestar
Battlestar
Galactica.
Galactica. They changed the word fuck to frack.
I've never watched one episode of Battlestar Galactica.
But they're famous
either.
for that is their universe's version of frack, which cannot be censored because it's not an actual
That
word.
makes
Crazy.
sense.
And then once fracking,
So when I started hearing people like say it, I was like, "What the fuck does that mean? What
the
the fuck
frack?
does frack mean?"
what the frack is that? It's fuck.
Yeah.
But from Battlestar Galactica.
Got it.
Frick?
And in all honesty, it's the most genius thing I've heard of.
Totally.
Because it's like, imagine that. Like, okay, I want to make a not necessarily rated R, but something that is very real.
Yeah.
But you can't have the thing that goes along with saying fuck multiple times.
Like titties.
Yeah.
Titty-
What if you
you
change?
can't say- you can't say titty.
You change the word titties to like toddies.
You could say toddy frack.
You know what I mean? Like toddies.
I'm gonna
a
toddy
frack.
frack you.
My toddy frack you. My toddy frack you in the R's.
You guys seen that video of that guy who like his mom finds a bong in his room?
No.
What?
And he's just like, "What the frick?" He's like, "I ordered like an Xbox controller, and it's like clearly like a bong."
No.
You haven't seen this?
No. Okay. Show us after.
No. Next.
Last
We're gonna
story.
watch this on air.
Let me do the.
Hold on. Send it to Garrett.
pee
Garrett,
so bad.
Garrett on the next story.
I have to
We're gonna
pee.
play it.
All right. Give it to me. Let me talk. Let's
I
talk
gotta
about
pee too. What do you want me to do?
No, I don't
Pee
know.
in a
been holding
bottle. Pee in a bottle. Pee
I've
in
been-
this
Pee,
fucking
pee and
thing.
Ray. Don't pee and Ray. Actually, don't pee and
Why
Ray.
are you calling it Ray? We called him Mysterio
Ray
because
Mysterio.
of Spider-Man.
Fine. God damn it, Mysterio.
Mr.
bro.
Mysterio.
Mr. Mysterio. We'll give him a Mr. title.
Mystery Mysterio.
Last story for me. I want to talk about the Hotel Artemis. What is that? You say? It's basically the fucking
Dope.
Continental from John Wick, but in a brand new universe where if you're injured and you're a criminal.
Sorry, I just saw the first clip. It already made me laugh.
Oh, this.
I just saw like the first frame. It already made me laugh. Anyway, no, keep going.
All right, brand new trailer for the Hotel Artemis movie just came out with Jodie Foster, and it is essentially
Fucking love Jodie Foster.
I do too. It is a continental
so
movie
fucking
from John Wick. If you're unfamiliar with that, it is a hotel where there are very specific and enforced rules for criminals. The Hotel Artemis, however, has changed it to the fact where Hotel Artemis is more of a hospital than a hotel. But you're still not allowed to harm other guests. You're not allowed to insult or harm any employees. And there's a list of different rules in the underworld of the criminals. And there's a trailer out that you should really check out because it's so cool. And you have Dave Bautista, Jodie Foster, and someone who I have a crush on, fucking Sofia Boutella. So good. Check it out. These boys just saw the trailer for the first time.
It looks really cool.
What'd you
I'm
think?
totally into it.
Did you think John Wick when you saw it?
No, I had no idea
I
that
didn't.
was tight at all.
No, it's not. That's the thing.
Okay.
It's no,
Got it.
The first time I saw it, I immediately thought the content.
no, I didn't. I thought I watch a lot of mob movies, so like. There's always like a doctor that they take somebody to when they get
Yeah.
it. They're like, take the slug out, you know.
Exactly. So it's not like a new idea, but
So
the
that's
fact
what
that they
I
have
thought,
a
yeah.
hotel behind it. The first thing I thought was the Continental.
I
from
see
John
that
Wick.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
that makes
This
sense.
is cool.
Oh, okay.
100%.
But I didn't make that connection. For me, it was always like, yeah, that's a good
like an
concept.
underground
I always
doctor.
thought that like that'd be a good. It's funny because I was actually thinking about this not too long ago when I was watching a movie where they had to take somebody to. I mean, like even in Daredevil, where
Yeah.
like, he's got the underground nurse.
Yeah, exactly.
That stitches him up and
Who
everything.
also have a crush on? She's
Rosario
hot as
Dawson?
fuck. God, she's so hot.
She all right.
Nursario does.
But I had they stole my idea, bro. I was thinking like underground hospital, like that'd be a great concept for a movie.
Yeah.
Like where all the criminals take their because I'm sure this shit happens like in real. Obviously, this is like a futuristic version.
Can you hit that switch next to you? Boom.
So there's a futuristic.
They'd be like,
There's a futuristic version of this, but what it takes place in like 2025 or some shit,
No, I mean it's not that far. I think
or
but-
2045 or some shit like that. It was in the
Maybe.
future. It was like 20, 30, 40 years in the future, something like that.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a great concept. I think it'll be a success.
Yeah, no, it looks really good, and there's action.
I
There's
would
a
like
lot-
to see it in theaters.
It's very John Wick-esque as far as the action
I see that for
goes.
sure,
You
yeah.
have Jeff Goldblum. You have Jodie
Jeff
Foster.
Goldblum,
Jeff Goldblum.
man.
Yeah, Jeff Goldblum's cool.
I know. I just always think of that line in Pineapple Express.
Oh, fuck
Yeah.
Jeff
Fuck
Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum, man.
Yeah. But yeah, a lot of really cool stuff. I cannot wait for a second trailer, and I can't wait for it to come out because I'm totally in for it. That is it for me. Did you guys want to finish off on anything?
Well, we gotta
we gotta watch
this
this
clip.
video that I
Did
sent
you send it to
bro.
me? On my email or
Your
what?
email?
All right, hold
On
on.
the emails.
It made me laugh just
I
the
didn't
first
get it.
second.
What?
My
That's foul. That's false.
That is false. It's false.
Oh, there it
Garrett.
is.
There
That
we
is
go.
false,
See,
Garrett.
What the
Come
f-
on, bro.
the frick?
You should
What the-
sorry.
what the
I
frack?
gotta
frick?
refresh shit.
I have no idea what
Wait.
I have no idea what this is.
I wish everyone could see this with this. His mom's
I have
making
no
him
idea.
unpack
Well, then give
something
it to him.
that he just got.
I'm trying to see what it is. It looks just like a big metal, like plastic vase.
It's a vase.
Does
Just
it?
vase,
Last
mom.
time, I think it's like a vase.
Open it then.
I'm opening it. Chill.
Chill.
Did she make him up?
It's like a-
Yeah,
a
she
vase
found
for,
this
like,
package of
bunch of
his.
like things.
It's a bomb.
What the frick?
It's a bomb.
What the heck? I didn't order that. Ordered an Xbox card. Or Xbox remote.
This is a bomb.
He's
Oh wow! I did not order that.
Have you
Do
not
not take a
seen this?
no,
Oh,
I've never
God.
seen that.
No, I've never. What the
God, dude.
frick? What the frick?
I did not order that.
did not order that bong at all. First of all, you can just order bong. Like, what? Where was this from?
I bet
Yeah,
you.
dude, you can order bong.
I
Come on.
bet
you never
you-
been on the internet before?
Yeah, you
No,
can.
but
I bet you what happened was she probably left her, gave him his
Amazon
like,
thing or
Amazon account, and he was like ordering some other shit. Thought he'd be sneaky and
Yeah,
order
order
a
a
fucking
bong.
a $10
And then
bong.
she saw it, right?
Yeah, and she saw it
Yeah,
and was
for
like,
sure.
and then it showed up. and-
Open up the package.
What the
Yeah.
frick?
What is that?
I
Open
ordered
it up.
You like how he changed it? I ordered an Xbox card. Oh
I
no, I
ordered
ordered
an
an
Xbox
Xbox
controller.
remote control. I mean, yeah. What?
All right,
don't
all right.
order
Let's
that.
wrap this shit up and get drunk. Yeah.
Hell
Wrap it
yeah,
up.
dude!
I need
All
my
right.
doghouse food.
Thank you so much for watching and listening. This again was the episode Humpcast. If you haven't already,
This episode of Humpcast.
It was
Yeah.
this episode.
No, this was episode Humpcast.
This
I'm
was
sorry. That's what I
episode-
thought you said.
Episode number
on
1.
AN.
I'm
episode
sorry.
of
I didn't mean to
Humpcast.
interrupt you. Why do you listen to me? Why do you stop? Just keep going.
I'm gonna turn Ryan's
Okay,
mic
just-
off.
just
Thank you for
turn his
listening to
mic
this
off.
episode of
Come on,
Humpcast.
Garrett.
If you want to follow us, go ahead and follow us on Facebook and Instagram on at Humpcast, and then follow me personally at
Don't
Garrett
turn me
~A-
off.
Garrett underscore Amley on Instagram and Jesus Christ. Okay, I need to really. This is gonna be crazy. All right, guys. We got to go. We got to go.
Cliffhanger.
Cliffhanger. Next
Gonna
time. I'll
teach
see you
you-
guys next time. All right, guys.
Will your
All right.
dick work with
Bye.
this? Find out next time. Oh no, I can't see.